Hey, everybody. Hey, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry about the not showing my face tonight, but this week was a rough one. I had conferences, I had a performance, and on top of that, I got some kind of crazy virus that was going around the school. And of course, as soon as I got back, it got me good. So not only was I sick, I was trying to get things back together since I had been gone so long. So showing my face tonight was just a big task that I just could not do. Okay, so please forgive me for that. I know I said I wasn't going to do that, but I'm sorry. But anyway, tonight, welcome to Kiki Loves Nigeria, where we talk about anything and everything that impacts you visiting, repatriating, expating to West Africa. And tonight we're talking about my favorite people once again, my favorite place in the whole wide world, the Gambia. We're going back to the Gambia and we're going to talk about the repats in the Gambia. Who started it all? Who really, made us all want to go to Gambia? They made us all want to move to Gambia. They made us all want, think Africa was the place to be. We saw these people moving over there. We saw these people living over there. We saw these people presenting to us like they were thriving over there. We saw a community over there, and these were the people who helped create that image. Only to find out later on what they were showing us wasn't exactly what was going on over there. So tonight, we're looking at 3 more repats in the Gambia. We're looking at my favorite people in the whole. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me back up. I got to do fair use because I'm going to use other people's videos. So, for fair use purposes, let's get this up here so I won't be skipping around messing up. Hold on, y'all. Let me get to the script. I spent all this hours typing it and then don't even read it. Okay, my goal is simple. We are here to keep you safe. We are not here to scare anybody about Africa. Y'all know I'm not anti-Africa. Y'all know I'm not anti-repatriation. Well, I am kind of that. I take that back. The more I think about that, I am kind of that because it seems like it's just not ready for us right now to repatriate. Maybe visiting, and we get a little more used to the system over there. We get a little used to the customs over there. Then maybe the repatriation stuff, living there. And I'm being Americans with Americans and UK people with UK people. I'm not talking about if you're married to one of the Africans. If you're married to one of the locals, that's completely different. But if you're over there and you're you're a couple from the United States or the UK or the Caribbean, I don't believe in repatriation. No, I do not believe in that. But I do believe in visiting. I do believe in paying your respects because your grandparents, your great, your ancestral grandparents, that's their land, so out of respect to them, I do believe we should go there to pay our respects to them, to honor them and respect them. But as for, us selling everything and moving over there and believing that we're Africans and that we can just blend into the system and we can just become them, no, I'm sorry. I don't believe that. That's a lie. And, you all know I have studied Africa at the university. I've been to Africa so many times, 13, what was it, 13, y'all, 12? This would be the 14th trip. I can't even believe I've been there that many times. That many times. And every time I go, I have some type of issue. So I always wonder, how do these people go and live over there, and don't have any problems? They don't have any problems. And then, I realized these were all just lies. So living over there is completely different than visiting. All right. So I do believe we should visit, but I do not believe we should sell everything we own and go back to and move to Africa. No. So I'm not anti-Africa at all. I want you to go to Africa. I want you to love Africa, but I want you to go with your eyes wide open, not wide shut. And we've been going to Africa with our eyes wide shut. And it's time out for that. Because this video, we're going to talk about our journey towards eating first. And I was watching her today, and this lady said something very profound. She said, a lot of people did not make it out of there. A lot of people did not make it out of there. And they didn't. We only know about the ones I talk about. But y'all know, ain't no way I could talk about all the people who passed away over there suddenly and unexpectedly under some type of suspicious circumstances. What about all the people we don't know about? It's by the grace of God some of these people made it out. It's by the grace of God this couple I'm talking about tonight, Awa and Amadi, made it out of there. So what I'm talking about is something real. Africa is no place to play. It ain't Las Vegas. It's not. It's not America. The whole cultural social system is not like this. When you go over there acting like you act here, that's disrespectful to them. So they feel like you're coming to our home and you're bringing those dirty, disgusting, disrespectful ways over here, and we're not having that. We're not having that. And that's what we have to understand. And that's the part we don't get. We think because they smile in our face, they pretend like they're our friends, that they're not out to get us. But those be the ones. Those are the ones who will get you, who will plot, who will plan, who will scheme on you while they're smiling in your face. This couple tonight, I believe a lot of that is what happened to them. I believe there was a lot of plotting, planning, scheming, spell work, root work, whatever work, everything you can think of, I believe was thrown at this couple. And it was because people were jealous. The Americans was jealous, the Repats was jealous, and mainly the Africans, the locals. We're going to get to them. Let me finish this. And see, people, what I think happened with them was like what I'm about to say. They were unprepared, okay? And when you go there unprepared, you have a bad experience. You have no way. You don't have a choice but to have a bad experience because you're going to go there acting like what you know, which is wherever you come from. And you're going to think all that is okay, but it's not. So I noticed some things they were doing, especially Awa. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I don't know if I'm saying her name right, but I hope I am. They were doing some things. She mainly Awa. She was doing some things to me that made her a target. That made not only her a target, made her relationship a target, made her husband a target, made their entire existence in Gambia, anywhere in Africa, a target. And I believe it in the bottom of her heart, she did not know she was doing this. She was just acting like she normally acts. And those are the things you cannot do. You cannot do. Not over there. You cannot. Because you see, some of those people are really poor. And it's not like our poor. It's like 100 times worse than our poor. Okay? So, I'm not hating on Africa because y'all know I go all the time, getting ready to go again. Okay. So I'm not hating. I just hate when people go there and have a bad experience because that one bad experience will turn you off and you'll say, I'm never going again. And I don't want that. I don't want that for you. I want you to go because you're going to spend your money. I want you to go spend your money and have a good time and have a safe time. But to do that, you got to follow the rules. You have to follow the rules of the land. All right. So that's the goal, is to raise awareness, to keep you prepared. And the goal is to keep you safe. So let's do this fair use before we can begin. This live stream contains copyrighted material. However, no copyright infringement is intended. Material is used for commentary, criticism, and discussion for educational and informational purposes under the Fair Use Act of 1976. All information discussed is publicly available, publicly shared, or alleged. Everything shared tonight is alleged based on public commentary or on my personal opinion. We are not talking about definitive claims. We are discussing patterns. I told y'all I'm a historian. I discuss what? Patterns. I look for what? Patterns, possibilities, and public narratives. All right, that's what we're talking about tonight. Again, the title tonight is From Black Acres to Eden to Phoenix, Gambia Repats. Where are they now? All right, again, tonight we're going to start off with our journey towards Eden. And we may not finish tonight because y'all know I like to go in detail and tell you what happened. So we may not finish because this is a lot to talk about. And it's a bunch of y'all on here already, and we just got started. So that means y'all got a lot to say. So I know the comment section, the chat is going to be jumping. So we probably won't finish tonight. If we don't finish, we're going to go up next week. Okay, so let me get y'all comments before I go to our journey towards Eden. So I'm going to start telling y'all, let me pull them up. Well, y'all know who they are. Some people don't. So I'm not going to assume that. That's wrong. I'm not going to assume you know who they are. So let me get their channel up here before I go to your comments. Well, no. Yeah, let me put the channel up here. So our journey towards Eden, they're the first people we're going to talk about. And why did I choose them first? Because I've been meaning to talk about them for quite some time. Because two people came to me who had issues in the Gambia, and they were telling me how, there was no one really there to help them. And the only person who really tried to help them was Awa, this lady, Awa. They were having some, I'm sorry, y'all. They were having some domestic violence issues. Okay, they were involved with some locals, and they were having some domestic violence issues, and they didn't have the money to. This is their channel. They didn't have the money to go home. They didn't have the money to get a place to stay. They didn't have any money to do anything. So they contacted Awa, and they contacted other repats also. So listen, she wasn't the first one. They contacted different repats, right? And asked them to help. None of them would help. She said, these two people said, and these are two different situations. These two ladies told me the only people who came to their rescue was this lady, Awa, and she paid for them a place to stay. One of them, I think she took them to a place to stay, and she didn't even want the money back. Okay, all she asked is that she has these meetings for her organization, was that you attend these meetings. Okay, so I was meaning to talk about that. And then they had started this organization. I don't know if y'all remember, but it was called Mama Land Properties, and they were selling land and building houses. Well, I was meaning to talk about that also because I wanted to do a little more research on Mama Land Properties. But I think things happened between me and Black Acres, and me and Black Acres was going at it for some years. So I couldn't talk about nobody but them. Because we was throwing rocks at each other probably for about 3 years straight. So, but I've been meaning to get around to these people. So tonight, I'm glad I got a chance to talk about our journey towards Eden. So let me go over here and take your comments, and then we're going to get back to them. So, and so they started this business called Mama Land Property. Hey, Susan, how you doing? Mama Land Properties. Y'all remember that? Hey, London lady. Hey, TNK. Heavy pedal time. Yes, I know. Hey, I'm getting ready to go. Come there. Are you gonna be there? When you gonna be there? Email me, okay, and tell me when y'all gonna be there. Hey, Susan. Oh, you saying hi to London lady? I already said hi. I'm sorry. Hey, DeVoe. Hey, brown skin. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they went back. Well, they were going through it. Have you been watching them? It was like I had noticed for a while they looked differently. Okay. They started looking different, like sickly. And they were losing weight. And I remember they didn't live in their big house anymore. They had moved to some apartment. The mom, she just she just sounded really sad, like she was heartbroken. And I don't know, they just started going through it. And it was like I think they slowed down posting for a while. And then then after that, I think I just kind of quit searching for videos from them. And I just kept thinking about them and thinking about them. And then I said, well, let me just see if they want us to talk about them. Yeah. Yeah. Well, no, it's no. So hold on, y'all. Don't get me wrong. You don't have to always disrespect somebody. No, it ain't about that. So disrespect is one energy. Trauma is another energy. Okay. But both of those energies are victim. You giving victim energy. You giving weak energy. You're sending out weak energy. And somebody who's manipulative, who likes to manipulate people or who looks to manipulate people, they look for that energy. You see what I mean? They look for that type of person. So it's not just disrespecting people. You can be the most respectful person in the world. But if you go there with that wounded, I'm traumatized energy, I need help, I need healing, oh, they're going to get you good. They're going to get you good. Because in Africa is different from here, y'all. Africa is about the spiritual world. We're not raised like that, but they are. You see what I mean? So when you're raised in a place where it's about the spiritual world, things are a little different. Energy is real. They feel it. They can see it. They can spot weak energy a mile away. So when they see that you're weak, because when you're traumatized, and if you haven't taken time to heal and you're traumatized, you're moving in weakness. You see what I mean? Because you're wounded. And you're not sending out a healthy energy. You're sending out something that's weak and wounded. And what are you going to attract? You're going to attract either a weak and wounded, or you're going to attract somebody who's going to manipulate a weak and wounded. So, and these are the type of people who were going to the Gambia. Even Awa and Amadi were saying the reason they went was because of George Floyd. They were tired of what happened here. They were tired of being mistreated here. They were tired of, I guess, whatever, the police brutality, the discrimination. They were tired of all of that. And they were ready to go. So even all that type of thinking is a traumatic, you're moving in trauma. And when you move in trauma, what are you going to do? You're going to attract negative energy. You're going to attract, like I said, somebody who's also moving in that, which is going to cause problems, or you're going to attract somebody who wants to manipulate people who are moving in that energy. So no, it's just not disrespect, y'all. Don't get that wrong. Oh, hey, T&K. She says, welcome to Kiki School of Life. Honey, I'm trying. Terry from The Arrival has a video channel. She sure does, Edra. They're back on the East Coast. She's working and said they'll go back at the right time. And, that's something else, Edra. The people who've been there, they don't want to go back. It's like it traumatizes them. Once you get out of there, it's like even Eric from the soul food joint, he looks so much better since he's back here. Because I told y'all, you go through a lot being there. You can't tell me you don't. That little bit of time I'm there. And it's expensive. And when you don't have money like that, oh, I can't even imagine what these people were going through. And what is the right time? Yeah, what does that mean? Jim Jar says, hello, Kiki and chat. The couple is fortunate to have lived through it all and made it out. And you know what they said, y'all? They said they feel like they were under a spiritual attack. And you know what? I agree with them, because that's what I heard had happened to them. That's what I heard. That's exactly what I heard happened to them. And you can kind of tell because they don't look like themselves. They started changing. And even when they got there, Amadi said he was even attacked soon as he got there. This man said 4 days. He didn't remember 4 days. Do y'all know if that would have happened to me? Let me tell everybody, it's 83 people on here right now. Let me tell all 83 of y'all, if y'all ever go anywhere and you get so sick that for 4 days you don't remember nothing, you get on that plane. As soon as you get yourself back to yourself, you get on that plane and you go back to the United States. Whatever you brought there, you leave it there. Because that's your first sign something is after you. Something is after you. Or you can't take that environment. But 4 days, and I've been sick there, but I've never been that sick where I can't remember anything for 4 days. Nah, they should have came back then. They should have came back a long time ago. But it's hard. When you sell everything, when you believe this Pan-African dream, and they're Hebrew Israelites, I believe they are. So that's part of their calling, to return to the motherland. So of course they think this is what they're supposed to do. And maybe it is what they're supposed to do, but just not right now. Not in this environment. Not in these shark-infested waters. Go visit. Rent you a nice house, go visit. Go see it every year, get to know everybody. Go check it out, check out different neighborhoods. You don't have to just jump up and go live there just like that. No, you can be strategic about it. And that's what you got to be, strategic about it. Let me get back on these comments. I wonder what that right time will be. It's never going to be the right time. That's a way to say I'm never going back. Look what happened to the arrival, y'all. Would y'all go back? Honey, if that was me, I wouldn't even go visit. It ain't no reason for me to go back over there. I'm not married to nobody over there. If I wasn't married to somebody over there, I wouldn't be going back to Gambia. No, I would not. I just wouldn't. And why I feel like that about Gambia, I told y'all, it's something. I told y'all, excuse me. I don't mean to laugh. I don't mean to laugh, but every time I go to Gambia, I think about the Bible when they were praying for, I might be saying it wrong, but they was praying for help. And the angel was coming, but he said the Prince of Persia held up the help. Like he had to, deal with the Prince of Persia before he could get there. So it's like each region has a spirit over it, okay? And Gambia got this spirit over it, y'all. And I'm telling you, it's like when I just said, go keep your eyes wide open instead of your eyes wide shut. Whatever this spirit is over that area keeps your eyes wide shut. Okay? It keeps your eyes wide shut and you can feel it. Like I feel this, I don't know how to describe it, but it's this something, I feel it. It's a heaviness, and it's just a heaviness. It's a presence that you can feel when you go there. It's and all of the places are like that. Cameroon was like that. Nigeria is like that. All of them are like that. And it's not the same. It is not the same in all those countries. It's not. Gambia, for it to be so small, it has a really heavy presence over it. And I don't know, but I told you, remember that video I did about that lady who was from, where was that? She was from East Africa. And remember, she said she went to Gambia to get some root work done on her husband, because everybody know Gambia is the place where you can get good root work done. Now, I didn't say that. The lady in the video said that. Remember that? So maybe that's the heavy feeling. Maybe that's the presence I feel in the air. DeBo says the Gambia is definitely about the spiritual world. I'm telling you, Kiki is right. Yeah, it is. You can feel it. I'm telling y'all, you can feel it. And they're animals. See, I was laughing at Anja when she was talking about them animals be talking to you and the animals be giving you signs over there. Oh, them animals, you better pay attention to the animals over there. You better pay attention to the birds you see over there. You better pay attention to everything over there. Because like in the Bible, when they say God speaks in signs and wonders, that's real. That's real. That's how the spirit world speak. They don't speak like we do. Well, they can if they want to, but normally they don't. They're going to speak in signs and wonders. They're going to send you signs, and they're going to do things that's going to make you wonder. And that's how you know. That's how you know. But we're so not in tune with the spiritual world, we overlook it. We overlook it. Like when I was listening to Anja saying all this, I'm laughing like this chick done lost her everlasting mind. But then after all this started happening to her, I'm like, wait a minute. These was signs and wonders that was coming to her, that something was happening to her. Because everything she said was happening to her was happening to her. And what did Anja go with? I'm wounded. I'm hurt. And look what happened to her. Ended up doing witchcraft, getting with the medicine man, the local medicine man, call herself learning how to do medicine with him. She catch him with a woman doing something she said that he shouldn't have been doing. So she goes, hold on, y'all, I'm thirsty. I'm sorry. So she goes and tells everybody he's a crook, he ain't real, because she saw him with a woman doing something he shouldn't have been doing. And she told him he shouldn't be alone with the patients in the exam room. So then she goes and starts spreading all this stuff about her. And what they do, they swoop her up and Anja disappears. And well, you know what happened. It's all downhill from there. Ezra says she has no idea. Jam Jar says, right, Kiki. Rich King says, I remember. I forgot what month it was during my stay. Oh, y'all must be talking about something. Okay, 100%. They have a lot of cats roaming in the Gambia, DeBo says, even in the restaurants. I have no idea why. They have a lot of animals, period. Yes, Kiki, even in the States, animals, they sure do. So you need to pay attention to them. Because I sure do. Yep. Because they'll come to you. And they'll tell you things. But you got to learn how to read the signs. That's the thing about it. And most of those people, this is the sad thing about our community, though, y'all. The people who taught us how to read the signs, most of them people are gone. Like my generation, if you didn't have a grandma that taught you how to read the signs, a grandma from the South who knew about spirituality, who practiced some form of spirituality, how are you going to know about it? They don't talk about that stuff up here. That comes from down south and they bring it up here. So you got to have some older person teach you that and they pass it down. Now, if with the generations passing away and people passing away, how are they going to know if nobody's passing it down anymore and people aren't talking about it anymore? These people are learning about spirituality from TikTok. TikTok is finding out from other people who you don't even know where they got their information from, and you're just following people. And that's how you get caught up spiritually in things that you're not ready for or things you don't know about. And that's how people end up losing their minds. You can't play with the spirit world. Maybe to keep rats away. That's why in Jamaica you see cats, hotels, and at restaurants. Oh, okay. Thank you for that, TNK. The truth says, at Kiki Loves Nigeria, 100% Africa is not for the weak-spirited. Honey, no, it is not. Because they peep game right away. Right away. Right away. Right away. All right, I'm telling y'all, I've been there too many times. I done been around them. I've been around them more than I've been around Black Americans in my adult life. All right, I'm telling you how these people are. And they know. They know, oh, I'm not messing with this person. I'm not messing with this person because I know. You know what my husband tells me? God is your friend. He said, I don't know, but you and God got some kind of special relationship, and that's your friend. Because they know. They know. They recognize right away. Right away. And you're right. The chosen few know will take their rightful position. Yes. So he's this person, the truth, whoever this person is right. You know, because when you know the truth, your rightful position, you don't have to do anything. It's going to come to you. You don't have to go over there, doing this, doing that, making noise. I'm buying up all the land. I'm doing it. You don't have to do all of that. Your rightful position is going to come to you. And people are going to respect you for that. You're right. I know, but this is way different. Okay, you're talking to TNK. Okay. Gambia is full of liars. Yeah. Our Kathy was right when she said they don't even know how to lie. And that's what I'm telling y'all. It is oh God, I just don't know how to say. I'm trying to say this is the politically correct way. But, because I have to go to Gambia. I can't be, but I'm telling y'all, it's just like, what? It's just like he said, it's just full of lies. And they smile in your face. They smile in your face, and it's just full of one lie after the next lie after the next lie. And that's why it's like, who do you trust there? Who do you believe there? You have to really be prayed up before you go there. Because in Nigeria, that's why I said poor Nigeria. They paint Nigeria like it's just the devil. But Nigeria was not like this. You had upstanding citizens in Nigeria who, I remember that when the rat was in my room and I was going off and I was losing it because I was complaining about this dang on rat for I don't know how long. And then the rat finally got in the room and I saw it and I was losing my mind. And I remember these people I didn't even know. It was a group of 5 men. They heard me going clean off. And they came over there and they said, she's got a right to be upset. She's got a right to be angry. She's an American. She's not used to this. She doesn't live like this. You can't make her live like this. They didn't even know me. They didn't even know. But that's how Nigerians are like that. It's not like what y'all think it is. But in Gambia, what you gonna get? People gonna smile and tell you, it's okay. It's okay. It's their way. It's their way. It's okay. No, it's not okay. It is not okay. No, it is not. And smile and try to pacify you and tell you some more lies and tell you some more lies. Why the rat's still in your room? Yeah. Gambia is some stuff. That's all I can tell you. I just feel lucky. I feel blessed that I met the people that I met. I feel blessed that I met the husband that I met. But remember, I met him before I even got there. Remember? So I feel blessed because I could have, I don't know. I don't even know. Because who do you trust? Who do you trust? Look how many times Rick and Cynthia's car been broke down. Look how many times Rick and Cynthia, but Rick and Cynthia got something. They be scamming too, So Rick and Cynthia scam, so they get scammed, But this our journey towards Eden, people. I didn't get so much as scamming from them. I got that well, I don't think she realized she was presenting herself like they had lots of money. Okay, and that to me is what made them a target. Okay, is that she didn't realize you can't go over there and go to the market, spend all this money, buy all these things, and people not look at you and come after you. You can't eat our food in the restaurants. No, you can't eat it. No, it's too many flies. It's just too many flies. Hey, Golden Heart, I'm just coming in. Phoenix Rain is, yep, she's living in, and she's doing the same stuff she did in Gambia, honey. She claims she's doing citizenship stuff. Phoenix is crazy. She is really nuts. These people, you could tell the scammer people, okay? Because the scammer people just reinvent themselves all the time. They just constantly just, I'm going to become somebody else. I'm going to go to another country and I'm just going to act like what happened in that other country didn't even happen. And I'm just going to turn and I'm going to start doing something else. And if you ask me about what happened in that country, I'm going to block you and I'm going to say you're just trying to cause trouble. The cats are on the beach, in the streets, everywhere. They are. They sure are. Gullah Geechee here. Hello. We are taught all answers are in stillness and in nature. See? Sit in nature. Honey, you right. And you will come to, honey, you right. She right. That's all you got to do. Sit in nature. You got to spend time and you got to spend time in stillness with no noise. No, nothing, just quietness. That's what you got to do. And she's right. Whoever this person is, this Miss Lady, Miss Melanated Matador, she's absolutely right. Sit in nature and it will come to the light. And that's all you got to do. And ask God. Ask God and he'll reveal it to you. But you got to be clean. You got to be right on the inside. But you know what? If you ain't right on the inside, you ain't going to be able to sit in nature. You're not going to be able to sit and listen to the birds. You're not going to be able to sit and listen to the parrot. You're not going to be able to sit and listen to the kids' laughter in the background. Like when people say they can't stand to hear kids playing on the playground. They can't stand to hear that sound. Do you know that is my favorite sound? That is the sound of happiness to me. And when people say they can't stand that, I'm like, oh my God, you are a miserable person. So that's the way you're going to know you're miserable, because you're not going to be able to sit in the stillness of nature. Now, that's one thing I love about Gambia, though. The nature, that right there, that's 100. That is like, I can't wait to get back to that, because I'm going on the bird watching tour, because I'm going to watch some birds. So, because like I told y'all when I was there, I saw 3 rare birds at one time. 3 rare birds at one time. I saw 2 black cranes, and I saw one, they call it a galactic crane, or a Goliath crane or something, the big white one that looked like the stork that carried a baby. I saw that one, and it was 2 black ones. Yep, I sure did. Those were all signs. All signs. Everyone, please hit the like button. Yeah, I always forget to say that. Thank you, Jim Jars. Y'all, please hit the like button and please share the video so we can help get the channel out. And also, thank you to the people who have subscribed, because I got a lot of new subscribers. And also, Please continue to subscribe because we're almost at 5,000 subscribers. So come on, y'all. Let's just get us at 5,000. Yep, they smile in your face all the while they want to take your place. And that was the situation with this group, this couple, Awa and Amadi. They were smiling in their face when all the time they wanted to take their place. That sounds like America is full of backstabbers. No, it wasn't America. It was, we're talking about Africa. I have no idea why, but I love the Gambia regardless, though. Oh, no, I don't love it. I don't love it. I don't love it. I like the nature. I love the nature. I love the ocean there. But man, bye. I'd rather go to Nigeria any day. Bye. Ugh. Oh, God forgive me. God forgive me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Gambia. I'm sorry. That's my husband's country. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. That's a song. Okay, yeah, it is a song. It sure is. I love to do 10,000 walk, doing a 10K walk along the beach. Yeah, it's pretty. The beaches are nice. Goliath crane. Have y'all ever seen a Goliath crane? And I just happened to walk across the bridge. I was walking across the bridge and I just looked to my left. And I said, is that two black birds? And I said, wait a minute, that looks like a crane. I said, I didn't know cranes are black. Are cranes black? And I took a picture of them when I looked it up, and they said, yep. And those are rare. Black cranes are very rare. And for me to see two of them at the same time, and that Goliath bird, that Goliath crane is very rare also. Goliath heron, yeah, it's very rare also. So, and then the unique thing about that is that they said when those birds mate, they mate for life. And remember, I was getting married that like shortly after that. I might have had just gotten married, or we were getting married shortly after that when I saw the birds. Yeah. You videos. Yeah, you remember that? I sure did. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I know that song. It's the reason the OJs wrote the song. Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Reminds me of the recent movie that came out. Oh, and thank you for the super chat. Reminds me of this recent movie that came out called The Secret Agent. The entire Soviets are being prosecuted because the West has a grip on them. They probably are. The entire society. Okay. All right. Now I got your comments. Let me make sure where we at. So our journey toward Eden was a couple who relocated to the Gambia after the George Floyd incident. Okay. They felt they had reached their breaking point in America, and they wanted peace, they wanted safety, and they wanted a fresh start, like we all wanted when we went to the Gambia. They had considered Senegal, but they said it was too expensive, so they chose the Gambia. Again, they sold everything. They sold their home. Well, their home was pending sale before they left to go to Gambia. They hadn't even sold the house, but they left anyway. And they arrived on a leap of faith. And the people, and when people do that and sell everything, that means they are fully 100% committed to this experience. All right, so let's check out this video. This is our, hold on, let me get it on here. I'm gonna put y'all on here 1 second. So we're gonna check this one out. This is them. And we're gonna look at when they were, hold on, let me stop that one till I come back over here. We're gonna look at what they were, this is them before they went to Gambia, okay? So I'm gonna stop sharing that one and come over here and get this one. This is before they went to Gambia. When they were taught, they were packing up their things. And I want y'all to pay attention to how nice their home was. You know, I'm just like, that's just so sad to give up everything you got. You know, why does it require that? That's what I want to know. Why does it have to be a dualistic decision? Whenever somebody wants you to make a dualistic decision, which means it's either right or wrong, it's either black or white, it's either this or that, and there's no middle, that's dualistic. And that's the lowest level of thinking, people. That person is at the lowest level of development. Okay. So you can't, when somebody is like that, nah, that's not the type of person you really want to deal with. All right. So this dualistic thinking about, if I want to be, part of this repat journey, I got to give up everything in America. I don't understand why we do that. So here's Awa and Amadi, for those who don't know them, and this is them packing up their home. So they shipped some things. I don't know if they're shipping this. I think they shipped some things. And they might have put things in storage, but let's see. Let's talk to them. Let's watch them.
I'm excited.
Why so excited?
Huh?
Why are you so excited?
Well, we've thought about this and we've worked for this, and we're how many days out before our departure?
Departure to what?
To Eden, to the motherland.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm just excited. We dreamt of this for a year and a half, maybe?
Yeah,
and
about a year and a half.
A year and a half, and many things have happened, obstacles, twists, turns.
Crashes.
Yeah, yeah. Your accident, a lot of people don't know about your accident, so just to be this close, although I'm hurting and I'm tired, I'm excited.
So you're just preparing for our journey towards Eden?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I didn't realize how much stuff we had until you have to put your hand on every single item.
Yeah, and they giving it, just think about
good.
that. You don't realize how much
family,
stuff you have. And look at this. Awa doesn't even look happy right here. She doesn't even look like, this, like at this moment, it's like she's rethinking this. Like, should I do this? Then look how pretty this house was. This is not a house. This is a home. This couple has a home. They had a home. They have a beautiful family. They have kids. They have grandkids. Their family is close. When Awa got sick, because I do believe these people did spiritually attack her, just like she said. I believe that. I believe that they spiritually attacked Amadi, just like she said. But when she was sick and down, her daughter and her son-in-law came over there. So this couple is not like the average people who turn their back on everybody, quit talking to people, cut everybody off. No, these people stayed connected with their kids. Her kids even came to Senegal. So her kids were always there. When that daughter came, and that daughter was there. Because no, you can't just go over there like that. If they didn't have that support system back here, who knows what would have happened to Awa and Amadi? Who knows? Because you can't tell me something was not trying to get them. You just look how she looks now. Awa's a nice looking lady. A nice looking lady. This woman did not look aged at all. She don't look like a grandma. Like what people think, a grandma would look like. She looks good, and then all of a sudden, she just started looking like aged and sickly, and it was bad. Hold on, let's watch this.
Just want to give you a tour of what all we've been doing here the last few days. As you can see, boxes galore.
This is sad to me.
This is just a few of what we've been doing. Preparing for our trip. I'm sorry, our move.
So I was looking at this kitchen and I was like, yeah, I bet they have plenty of meals, sitting around here cooking and talking. and spending family time together, and I'm just like, wow. And now all of that is just gone so they can go to the Gambia and just go through what they went through.
Also,
That's
she's been
crazy.
packing like a pack rat the last few days. And this is just the downstairs. I'm not even going upstairs to show you what all we have there. But it's, I should say, it's been tiring, but well worth it.
Yeah.
We've been thinking about this for a while. Things happen to expedite the process a little bit. Um, we're just excited to make our move and to plant our feet on the soil to bring our bloodline back to the motherland.
Yeah. How about we get you on camera real quick?
Okay, now let's listen to this part.
Us preparing to
So this is, I want you to listen to why,
cool.
what I told you about trauma and going to Africa because of some trauma. That is the worst thing you can do. Now listen to why they went.
Okay, sorry if I made you guys dizzy.
Hey, everyone.
Here, the lighting isn't the best. Let's go.
Oh, no, this is when he's going to tell. See, this to me was another sign not to go. But he took this incident as a sign to go. I took this incident as a sign saying, no, stop. You making a big mistake. But he took it as a sign to get out. So let's listen to this.
I need my lighting. Get my good side.
Okay.
Well, which side would that be?
Every side is a good side. So, okay, there we go. Yeah.
All right.
That's much better. So, yeah. So, what makes this move extra special?
Extra special. I think the fact that we're going to lay the foundation for everyone else to come behind us makes it extra special. Like I said, we want to go lay the foundation to bring our bloodline back. Our ancestors were taken many years ago, and when they did that, I know they had thoughts of us never making it back, but yet here we are making that journey, and to bring our family back with us makes it that much more special.
Cool. And this is a sentimental question. As I just kind of stated a little bit, is you had an accident in the midst of us preparing to stack our money up and things of that nature, and you were hit head on by a drunk driver, and it changed your life, our lives, tremendously. Can you just share with everyone, I guess, the things that went through your mind, or that event that happened in your life that no one could expect? How did that affect our move?
Well, that old adage, everything can change in the blink of an eye. I'm a true testament that is absolutely the truth. Everything can change in the blink of an eye, no matter how much you plan, no matter how much you think you have things thought out. All it takes is a split second.
Yes,
and
that's
all
true.
your plans out the window.
That's true.
As she said, on March 2nd, on my way to work, I was hit head on by a drunk driver, and it changed everything. I realized that not that I.
Okay, so let me tell y'all something. March 2nd. Okay, one thing I was taught when I was little was to pay attention to the dates, okay, to the numbers, because numbers mean something. Because before there was letters, y'all, there was numbers, okay? We didn't used to have letters. We only used numbers, okay? So the dates mean something, okay? So he said, what was the date on here? I think it added up to 3, or 3 was in there. Let me see. Let me go back and see what the date was.
And it changed everything. I realized that.
Let me go back a little more.
And it changed everything. I realized, and all your plans out the window. As she said, on March 2nd.
March 2nd. So March is what? The 3rd month, right? So the 2nd, you add the 2 and the 3 together, right? So that means 5. So 3 is the past, the present, and the future coming together. So that means that's fate. Okay, that means that was supposed to happen. And 5, that was supposed to generate some type of change. It was supposed to change something. Okay, but I think he read it like that. He read it like that though, but he read it like I'm supposed to leave the United States, not that my plans to go to Africa needed to change. So I think this guy Amadi, he seemed to me like he was a spiritual type of person. Like I don't know. I mean I think they're Hebrew Israelites, but he seemed like he was like into the spiritual part of it.
I was hit head on by a drunk driver, and it changed everything. I realized that not that I didn't know that time wasn't on my side, but I knew that time, as I knew it, had to change because I didn't thought I would have the time that y'all was assuming.
This man, no, his grandma taught him.
So
his grandma or his mama taught him. It's probably his grandma because he know. Okay, he knew that. That's change. It signifies change.
Process. I just had to expedite and compartmentalize things and make everything move a little bit quicker than what we had actually planned. Is it playing out the way we initially thought it would be and the way we
Okay, let me stop it. Okay, Jam Jars want me to say this part about the numbers. Now, but really what you do, you add the date, the month, the day, and the year, but I don't know the year, okay? So if I don't know the year, I'm going to go with the 2 days that he gave me, okay? So it's March the 2nd, okay? The number 3 is the Trinity, y'all. You know that. It's the Trinity. All this is the Bible, okay? So when people say, oh, no, that's witchcraft, that ain't witchcraft. That's the Bible. So the Bible, past, present, the future, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's all of them coming together to let you know this is not what I want for you. This is us talking to you. Okay. Then what makes it, this is what we're saying to you is we're at the 3 for the 3rd month and the 2. Okay. The day is 2. So you add it together, it's 5. The number 5 means change. Okay. So it's saying we, the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost, the past, present, and future, us who control everything, we're telling you things need to change. You need to change what you're thinking. You need to change the move that you're making. But he took it as, he understood that, but he understood it to mean that not to go to Gambia, but he understood it as to leave the United States. Okay, so let me go back. Jam Jars wanted me to explain that.
But at the same time, the time is now.
Yeah.
I can't be here on this soil and be taken out. You know, I have to get back to my homeland.
Amen. And yeah, and just to add to what you said,
and see, I can't be here on this soil and be taken out. That's what I told y'all. So they're going there with this victim mentality. They're going there, and this man has strong, especially when you have a strong spiritual presence like this man has. Okay, so what is he going to emanate? He's going to emanate a strong spiritual weakness, vulnerability. And those people who are manipulators, those people who are vampires, who suck up your energy, and how you know they're vampires is because when you leave from being around them, you are drained and you are exhausted because they drain all your energy, because that's what they do. They need your energy.
I think we were talking about June, May or June. Yeah, and we had planned on having all of this money, a lot of money to do this and that, you know, but the Most High knows, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
There's always a plan. Our steps are ordered already.
See, the money wasn't even right. They were supposed to have more money than what they thought. Now, see, another sign. We got to read the signs. See, we got to learn to stop and think and read the signs. But again, once this spiritual thing get on you, and you watching Black Acres of the Gambia, I know they were watching them because we all were watching them. And Black Acres of the Gambia was sending out the message. It was cool. It was wonderful. Sell everything you got. Sell everything you got, max out your credit cards, go into complete debt, leave the country, and go to Africa. And people were believing it. And that you're going to have a wonderful life once you get there. And it was all a lie. And this is the age, y'all, that we have to go to the doctor. You know, when you were younger, you ain't got to go to the doctor like that. You know, but at a certain point in your life, if you want to keep living, you got to go to the doctor. So they're telling people who's at that point where they need to go to the doctor regularly to go to Africa, who's had medical health care is nothing like the healthcare system we have here. I don't understand that. None of that makes sense. But let's finish this.
Like I said, I didn't know. When I looked up that morning and saw the headlights coming right at me, when they say your life flash in front of your eyes, it does. The thoughts that go through your head during the initial crash and the immediate thereafter, I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Amadi, for sharing and guys.
So this is what led them there. Okay. Again, they went with what did we see? What we see. They're going with this trauma mentality. Okay. They're going with this weakened spirit that's gonna be suck up and ate up soon as they get there. Okay. So let me get your comments and we're gonna go to the next one. Okay. Where was I at? Oh, he said that was it's a nice place, London Lady. That's what I said when I saw it. I said, oh, that's it. And I said, that was a home. That wasn't just a house. That was a home. You could just tell that was a home. That they watch, that him and his kids watch basketball games, football games there, had little Super Bowl parties there, did things together. And then they fell under this intoxicating spell. This I'm telling y'all. It's called I'm gonna call it the eyes wide shut spell. That's what it is. It keeps your eyes wide shut. Black American people are disrespectful towards Nigerians. What? And says who? Okay, ma'am. But when we come on here and we say things like that, we usually have something to back that up. Okay. Can you back that up with something? Okay. Nice place. Yeah, it was a nice place. Africa is America with no welfare system and loan system. Correct. So just imagine. Just imagine. And no, there's nothing like here. The healthcare system, man, that's the part I'm stuck on. I'm just stuck on that part. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And poor Kenza talking about her frozen shoulder, her back, and her limping is getting worse. And she's still over there. I'm like, lady, do you know? Those conditions don't get better. They get worse. You're just making it worse for yourself. Not trying to get you OT, I don't know what that means, but I was reading an article on Ghana that stated that if you, off track. I was reading an article on Ghana that stated that if you only have a right to abode, that designation does not entitle you to own property. Hope they read the details. No, they don't read the details. They don't even read the Constitution, honey. They don't read nothing. They don't read the laws. Jam jars. Says, right, Kiki. This is very heartbreaking. Because wait till y'all hear the story, though. Now wait till y'all see how they look. And they were a beautiful couple. They dressed alike, had little outfits made. But she was making people jealous. And the way Awa carries herself, people, she comes off. I'm just gonna, and if she's on here, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just gonna tell you how people probably perceived you. Okay. Um, they might have perceived you as arrogant. Okay. They might have perceived you as somebody who thought they had more than other people. Okay. They might have perceived you as, a little controlling. Okay. And I'm just, telling you what I'm picking up, what people probably perceived from you, just by the way, the things you do, the things you say, and the way you carry yourself. Okay. And I know you probably don't mean to come off like that, but sometimes that's just the vibe that you're giving. So I'm thinking, people pick that up too, So laugh out loud. What people need, Tuti, is this your name? TOT. I laugh out loud. What people need to understand, even us, we are born in Africa but grew up abroad, will become violently sick when we go there because our system is not conditioned to handle the contaminants there. This person is absolutely right. Like my professor friend, he has to take malaria medication when he goes, and he was born in Cameroon, lived there he was like, what, in his 20s, I think? And then he came to the United States. But he said, I've been gone there from there too long. Even though I go once a year, he said, my immune system can't take that anymore. So I have to take the anti-malaria medication. Because he said, when I was little, I didn't have to because, I was there. But I've been away from it for so long that, I'll get sick if I get bit, and the mosquito has malaria. But we don't believe this, honey. Whoever you are, we don't believe this. We think that we can just go there and we can just jump in to a system and we won't get sick, we won't get hurt, we won't get anything, and we can just become a part of it. And that's, to me, that's denying the complexity of the African culture, okay? African culture is extremely complex, extremely. So to think you can just jump in it because your skin is black, that's like the ultimate form of disrespect. Jam Jar says, right. I went as a supposed bride to be a Nigerian. Laugh out loud, child lies. Oh, I'm sorry. And I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, if you want to tell your story, honey, just email me. You can come on here and tell us. I found out it was an international scam. How'd you get no, you got to tell us this. No. Come on, you got to tell me this story. What is the international scam? What is the marriage international scam? Tell me about the bride international Nigerian scam. You got to warn us, honey, because we don't know about that one. Tell me about that one. Everyone, please, y'all please hit the like button, subscribe and share, and like the video. All right, thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for being on here. She said, I left that, remained on the continent for 4 years. I'm so glad to be home. Okay. You left what and it remained on the continent for 4 years? You forgot some words in there. Nice place. I wouldn't sell it. No, especially at this age. No. If they had a bit of spare money, they could have bought a small apartment in Gambia to visit every year. House should stay within their family. Exactly. She is exactly right. Because they had grown kids. You could have the grown kids stay in the house or rent the house, rent the house. Then you got a steady income coming to you in Gambia. But like she said, at this age, no. You don't sell your house. You don't sell your place to stay. Because if things don't work out, you always want to have what? A place to stay. A place to go back to. There really is no health care. No, it's not. It's pay out of your pocket. Yep. I have an elderly lady there now with little to no care, with her supposed family taking advantage of her Social Security check. Yeah, I believe it. Spending and changing things too much too fast. Yep, Jam Jar says. Miss Melanated Matador says, I and many others were terribly ill in Burkina Faso in November of 2025. Men, women, and children. What? What was y'all severely ill from? She said no, they weren't none were spared. What were y'all stomach and respiratory illnesses? Do you think y'all ate something? Was it a group of y'all? What happened to Phoenix Rain? Only caught a part of what you were saying. Did she? Yeah, she left the Gambia. She's not in Gambia. She's in Benin. You know, her and her husband. So she supposedly be over there doing the same thing. I haven't gotten to her yet, but you know I'm gonna go into detail about her as soon as I get to her. You have to read rooms, so to speak. You have to read the room, so to speak, especially foreign ones. Yes, she's right. You have to learn how to read the room because guess what? They know how to read the room, and that's what they do. They read the room quickly. Left the fake family situation. A friend heard about the scam from the FBI and added my case, added as a victim. Oh no, you got to tell me this story. No, honey, you got to email me and tell me this one. I got to talk about that. I got to let people know about that scam. All right, so this is them packing up the house. That was really sad to me because, like I said, that house was really, you know, that was a home. So now they are on the plane, and I want you to look at how young I will look on here. You know, when they're in the airport, and that's the thing. Everybody looked so happy when they were going there. Everybody looked so excited. So check this out. They're on their way to Gambia now. Yeah, please do, honey. Tell me if you want to come on here, if you want me to tell the story, because we need to know that story, because a lot of women are going to get got by that. Let's see. What am I doing? Oh, I'm sharing the video. Because they didn't look like this, and they don't look like this now.
Well, guys, we've made it to the airport and super excited about the journey. Last night was a little rough with grandbabies and the children coming by the house and giving us love, you know.
Yeah, I bet they was crying. I bet everybody was crying. I bet they didn't want them to go. Yeah, it was horrible. I bet it was horrible. She said it was rough. I bet it was rough saying goodbye to your kids and your grandkids. Oh man, this is poor people.
But all of this is going to be worth it, you know.
How is leaving your kids and your grandkids going to be worth it? They going to lay a foundation. But would God call you to lay that foundation? And if He's going to call you to lay a foundation, is He going to call you to walk away from your kids? Your kids and your grandkids? He's going to call you to walk away from them and spend everything you got and require you to turn your back on the country you were born in? That's dualistic thinking. I told you, those are the low-level development people. When people require you to do dualistic thinking, that's a low-level development person. And who was requiring us to do the dualistic thinking? Rick, of course.
Going back and creating a new life. So we're excited about it and we're excited to share it with you all. So stay tuned for original content.
All right, family. On to the second leg. Leaving Atlanta, moving to Newark. Shake and bake, Rick and Bobby. You're not first, you're last. Hey, family.
Shalom.
Well, today is Wednesday, December 2nd. It's about 10 p.m. Our original plan was to be in the Gambia on today, but unfortunately,
By the beach.
yes, drinking some Jewel brews. But unfortunately, there was
Mixed up.
a mix up with our flight times, and we actually landed here in Senegal
So what was the
maybe
date
30
again?
minutes before our flight.
So the date again was 3. So here's another warning. That date was 3 again. Okay. So here's another warning that this ain't it. Y'all making a mistake. This ain't it. Now they stuck in Senegal. Okay. I will look so young right here. I will looks really cute on this, even though she's sleepy and she tired. She looks really nice. Okay. Just keep looking how nice of a couple they look. Okay. And people will get jealous of that, believe it or not.
Banjul was supposed to take off. And with that being said, we had to go through customs, put our luggage through customs, and go back around and go back upstairs, get our luggage and take our luggage back upstairs in order to check into Air Senegal, in order to get to Banjul. And if you've flown internationally before, you know that's never going to take place within a 30-minute window. Oh, and when we landed, we had to ride a bus from the plane to the terminal, and the first bus was full, so we had to wait for the second bus. So just wasn't a lot of things weren't going our way at that point.
Oh, this
And
is
so by the time we
bad.
actually got upstairs, it was
So see what I mean, y'all? This is all signs that this is just not right. You know, it shouldn't be difficult. Anything that God has for you, He's going to clear the way. That's how you know. There's no fight, there's no resistance. If it's resistance, it's not for you. That means you're forcing your way through. You're going up the current, not with the current. If you're with God, you're flowing with the current. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you're going with the current. If you're doing what you're not supposed to do, you're going against the current, and that's going to cause you all kind of problems. And trust me, I know I've been against the current so many times. How you think I know this? How do you think I know? Because I done swam against the current so many times for God to only show me that's because you go in the wrong direction. I'm trying to tell you that. And that's what He was trying to tell them. See, I'm getting congested, y'all. I'm sorry.
7:40. 6:40.
6:40. Okay, which was our plane actually took off at like 5:30, I believe.
Wait, it was 5:40. Yeah,
Okay.
5:40. And
Well,
the plane was set to take off at 5:30. So
well, we gave it a good old go, but it didn't work out. So
we lost our ticket money.
yes, ticket money gone. But that's here nor there. So then come the second piece
I
of the
can't
journey
believe they
was
just said,
trying to get a hotel.
I can't believe they just said they lost their ticket money. Y'all, I would have, and my husband ain't even from Africa. We ain't doing this. I would be here so mad about right about now. Because we've all, let me play this video and be quiet. I'm sorry.
That's close enough to the airport because we had to buy more tickets, and that plane doesn't leave until tomorrow. And so we couldn't stay at the airport. So we had to find a hotel that was close to the airport. So we ran into the gentleman that was assisting us with our luggage, Njai. Very helpful.
Very nice
Very,
guy.
very nice.
He took care of us like family. He really did.
And he brought us to a hotel of his liking. And
It's not really our standards, but
no.
you could tell he took a lot of care in finding
Yes.
somewhere that we would be pretty much comfortable. He was
Yes.
concerned about us being
Yeah.
comfortable.
Yeah.
So although we weren't really comfortable,
She said pretty
we,
much comfortable.
out of gratitude, we told him yes.
Yes. So we're here until tomorrow he said he's actually coming back tomorrow to pick us up here at the hotel to get us back to the airport so we can catch our next flight. What's up, Papa?
I'm sorry, you guys. I've been up for 30 some hours.
It's been a long day,
Yeah.
long day and a half, I guess. So now we're here, and I was already falling asleep on me.
I'm sorry,
Um,
guys.
So I guess
Excuse me.
we will catch back up. I think we're in Sally, right outside of Sally,
Yeah,
here in Senegal.
between Mbor and Sally.
Yes, yes.
But Amadi, you gonna show him the room?
Sure, I will.
Okay.
So this is the room. Let me turn the camera around here. There we go.
God forgive me for laughing. Oh, I'm
That's
so
the bathroom
sorry.
door right
Oh
there.
God, I'm
Curtain.
sorry.
That's the
Look
TV.
at this. Look at the TV. Y'all, look at the TV. Y'all, look at the dang on TV. Look at the TV. We just saw what they came from. And look what they into. And they just got there. Oh, this is so bad.
I thought it was a computer monitor, but it's the TV. And these are, that's the door with the curtains in front of it. They got our luggage stacked up a mile high in front of the door. Just in case, you got to build your own security wall, I guess, sometimes.
Show them the bathroom.
And if all else fails, I got a little something to swing.
Couple of those.
If all else fail, somebody come through and be like Samson with that Java ass swinging away.
Wow.
Yeah.
You want me to actually show the bathroom?
Yeah, I want you to.
People need to just always have
sorry.
a backup plan.
Dad, I want to see what the bathroom look like then.
Then we probably would have been somewhere a lot more comfortable. Although we're grateful.
And this is the bathroom.
It don't look too bad. That just wasn't it would look dirty though. That wasn't an expensive place at all.
So, be prepared for some.
Yes, I was bring you some soap along.
Yeah, bring.
Oh, it don't have no door, y'all. Look, it got a curtain.
But it does have hot water, but you guys to be.
Well, it might have a door though with a curtain.
We're just really not
that
Sorry,
comfortable. We're really not that comfortable.
All right, I know she's not that comfortable. She said they're really not that comfortable. So that's their first night there. They're there now. And another sign. God done sent them another sign. This ain't for you. All right, email me, okay? Yeah, we are sorry, honey, but you got to tell me that story. You got to tell me that one. 2020, y'all want me to check the date? I'm sorry, you did say check the date. Hold on. I'll tell you the date. I think it was, let's see. It was 2020, December 10, 2020. Oh, 5, 12, 5, 12, 10. Okay. 2020. So it was 5 years ago. It's probably it's 6 years ago now, wasn't it? Oh, that was a long time ago. Wow. All right. Let me see what y'all saying over here before we go to the next one. Did they ever say why they chose the Gambia? Yeah, they chose the Gambia because Senegal was too expensive. And that's not a reason to choose a country. That was another thing that threw me off because I'm like, wow, that ain't a good reason, just because one country is too expensive. So I chose another country. That's not a good reason to choose that country. Does the flight time, how does the flight time get mixed up? I don't know. That was just crazy. And then they lost the money. That was just really crazy. Miss Matador says yes. Add what? Something about Burkina Faso food, poor food handling, and poor air quality, burning of trash and tires. Oh, so you think you guys got sick from the food, the poor food handling? Yes, I believe that. And poor air quality, yes. Because in Gambia, like sometimes it gets real dusty, and the dust will like actually like you start coughing up stuff. Like you just get, oh, you just start coughing. The more you're out in it, the more you cough. And it's just bad. Money is never here or there, not like that, Jam Jar says. Gambian Global TV says, white Europeans who have been relocating to Gambia did their research, but we just moved out of the emotion based on some romantic daydream stories. And that's the problem right there. That's what makes us vulnerable, the romantic daydream stories, because you're moving out of emotion and not logic. That's why you're falling for the dualism, because that's emotion, that's not logical thinking. Because everything can't be right or wrong. It can't just be that simple. You know, there has to be shades of gray. It can't just be black and white. You know, it can't just be your way or that way. And people who think like that, like I said, they haven't really developed, because they'd be around more people, they'll realize there's more ways. There's more ways of thinking about the same topic. Effortlessly listen to your inner intuition. That's what you do. If whatever you're doing doesn't go effortlessly, it is not meant to be. And that's very true. Yes, ma'am, sister, you are wise, Kiki. When the Lord has something to do with it, it is going to be easy, as you have well said. When you go against that, it just is not going to work. I can testify to that. And I can too, Bree, honey. That's your first sign. When you start feeling resistance, when you start feeling like this, you got to fight for it. You got to prove this. You got to prove yourself. You got to prove that. Nah, that means that's not for you. God ain't going to require that. We definitely must stop moving out of emotion. Yes. Out of emotion. And not one time did I tell y'all to go out of emotion. I told you to go to pay respects. Go pay your respect. Go honor your grandparents. Go honor them. That's all you do. Go visit, go honor them, go look at the place. You know, go visit, go to the beach, go hang out, go eat, you know, and then go leave, go back. If you want to go every year, you know, take your grandkids when they get big enough. Say, you know, this is where Black people come from. This is where your great-great-grandparents come from, you know, but why not let them teach them to be proud Americans who have grandparents who come from Africa, you know, like the Africans did. Downgrading already. Fire hazard. Yeah, that was not good. Yeah, they down. You see, as soon as they got there, you see, as soon as you get there, it gets downgraded. That was a sign. No. How long ago we did that? 2020. I thought so with the mask on. Yeah, they went, because remember, all of them went around COVID time, remember? Because that's when we were all watching them. It seemed like COVID, a lot of people left during COVID. I don't know why. Well, we was on lockdown. That's why, remember? We was on lockdown. And everybody just was like, I don't know, they was acting like it was the end of the world. And they were just like, I don't know, people had this fear of passing away. So it seems like people just said, if I'm going to pass away, I'm going to do what I want to do. So people were just taking everything and just going to Africa. So a lot of these people went during 2020 and through 2021. Late 2019, early 2020. Oh, I don't want that big. Okay, this says, our problem is, Gambia Global TV says, our problem is that we always, romanticize relocating to Africa with emotion. Yes, when the white Europeans will do the legwork necessary before relocating and making it apparent. Yes, quit doing that. Stop it. Like Michael Jordan say, stop it. Get some help. You can't do that. You cannot. It's dangerous. Too many people are getting hurt. These people were hurt from this. These people were traumatized from this. Their marriage was almost destroyed from this. And they have been together over 30 years. Time out for daydreams. Hey, Dub, time out for romanticizing. Time out for all of that. I teach, and I teach it says, I initially did as my stepfather was into Back to Africa movement over 40 years ago. So I was living out of his dream, married to Africa, living on the continent, etc. No nonsense. And it appears they are more accepting of those Euros who come in and build up the country, all about big money. Yeah, yes. Because what did you just say, Jim Jars? They're building up their country. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. When you go over there and look what we're doing it for ourselves. Okay, then the Ghana people want to say, well, this person built this and then this person is doing that. But as a whole group, that's what I'm talking about. As a whole group, what are we doing? We're building for ourselves. We're thinking about ourselves. They don't move like that. They think about the community. So you're going over there already wrong because you're not thinking about the community. You're thinking about yourself. I'm building a house for myself. And you're sure not thinking about the community because you're buying the land away from the community. So how are you thinking about the community when you're taking the land away from the community? Make that make sense. I'm coming to build your community, but I'm taking your community at the same time. At the same time. It was a part of my the year to return. Yeah, it was everybody was into that. House probably paid for a 30-year paid for in a 30-year marriage. Yes. Yes. They seem like such nice people. What a shame. Yeah, it is a shame. I've been watching lots recently of people living in their vans and I have too, London lady, as the cost of living is too high in the UK for rent these days. That's the same thing going on here. All right, so let's check out this next video. Let's see where we are now. So what they started. So once they got there, okay, so they got there and they did pretty good, okay? They finally sold the house and they were, let me go back up here to my notes. Okay. So once they got there, they started this organization called Our Brother's Keeper. Now, that's the organization I was telling you about. And this organization, it was aimed at helping the repats transition. Because I'm sure when they got there, they saw there was nothing there. Because when you look at it on TV, it looks like Gambia has this rich repat community, right? It looks like Gambia has repats who work together, repats who live together, repats who help each other out. But once you get there, you realize it's not like that. They don't do anything together. They don't kick it together. They don't talk to each other. They're not friends. They're not family. They're not nothing. Once you get there, it's just like here. When you move to a Black neighborhood, you're on your own. They're not looking out for you. They're not doing none of that. You're just there. So that's what they were all shocked by once they got there. So I'm not sure if this is the case why she started this organization, but I believe that, they had to be shocked by this fact also. So they started Our Brother's Keeper, which was an organization aimed at helping repats transition. Okay. They were very visible, they were active, and she was helping people. She was helping some people, like the two ladies I told you about. They said she was the only one who helped, who responded to help. So as I watched the videos, I noticed something that like I told y'all, made me think this is what made them a target. And this is what made not only them become a target to the repat community, but also a target in the local community. Because one thing, I guess, you could tell Awa likes to shop, okay? But you can't shop like that in Africa. You can't, people, it's like flashing money. Like she would go to the market. I'm going to show y'all this. And Serakunda is a market that everybody goes to. So people will see you there, and they know, oh, this person must be new, and then they see this is one thing you should never do. What I'm about to show y'all, okay? Y'all should never, ever do this, okay? This is her. Wait a minute. Is this the one? No, this is the wrong video. Hold on. You should never, ever do this, okay? Because people watch you. That's one thing I noticed about Africa. From the time you get there to the time you leave, people are watching you. You may not realize people are watching you, but people are watching you. All right, so look at this. So she's at the market. There's already two Americans. Look at the house. Wow. That is a pretty house. Can y'all see that? That was the house. That's really sad because the house is gone now. Somebody bought it. So now I want y'all to pay attention. This is our shopping. Look at this big bag of goods. Look at this big purse with stuff in it. So these people who are at this market, they're paying attention to this, okay? This person is her helper. She's helping her buy things. She's paying attention to how much money she's spending. She's paying attention to what she's buying. And don't think for 1 second she's not going back telling people that she's working for this lady who's rich. This American lady, her and her husband who just got here from the United States, and they are rich. So check this out. This is one thing you should not do.
Dresses and material to have some things made. The sun is shining, I tell you, it is hot today. I'm trying to keep both hands on my phone. Sorry about my finger being there. Because if you don't keep both hands on it, it might disappear on you. Okay, family, here's our at another shop outside.
Okay, guys, this is Hava. As you can see, we're in Serakunda Market shopping, and Amadi and I have been shopping until we're dropping. So now we're about out of money, but we just wanted to share this location with you. It's VIP materials, and Abdullah is the shop owner, and he's given us a real good price. I'm not going to tell you the price, but if you come and say hi to him and tell him Hava and Amadi sent you, okay? And they will give you a really good deal here. But we'll put his information in the comments below, and just continue to follow. We'll have more to show you today.
Look how big this bag is. You think this girl ain't paying attention to that? You think these people here ain't paying attention to that? Yes, they are. Oh, I'm sorry. So this guy, whatever he's saying in the background, is getting on my nerves. So we're going past that. Now look at this. Y'all, don't ever walk like, don't ever do this. Let me turn this off. Don't, please listen to me. Don't do this. Don't ever do this. This makes you a big old target. Okay. This makes you a huge target. And he's filming her while she's walking with this big bag of stuff. Okay. And all this is doing, you better believe somebody's watching her. You better believe this girl's supposed to be her friend, her helper. You better believe she's telling somebody all her business.
Okay, guys, I hope you're enjoying the footage. This is Maimuna. Maimuna is a wonderful help. Would you be willing to assist people if they call you? Okay, well, Maimuna may be willing to assist people in shopping. We will put her information in the description box below. And you can certainly reach out to Maimuna, and she'll, you all can work out a little fee, and she'll come out and help you find what you need.
She doesn't even know Maimuna for real.
Going away back from.
She doesn't know this girl for real. Well, but she's trusting her. That was another thing I noticed about them. They were way too trusting. They would call these people family right away. And it was like they was just setting themselves up.
The market.
And then they didn't have a car when they first got there. So they had to walk to the junction, which is, oh God, that's horrible. But this is what they had to do. And I don't know, I guess because it's sandy, I don't know why the driver couldn't take them down there, but that's ridiculous.
Back to the house.
So this is one thing I think made them a big, huge target, was the way they would spend money when they would go out in public. So let me take your comments and we're going to look at another one. But I wanted to point that out. I'm holding on to what I got. TK says, the problem is Gambia. Heavy pedal time. He says, the problem in Gambia for repats, we are not allowed to participate in voting, no, or politics, no. We need a voice in the government to do public work projects. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can't just go to a country and do public works. That's the government's job. So how do you do that? You got to become a citizen, you know, or a permanent resident or whatever they have, just like here. It's the same thing. They got immigration laws that you got to follow. And some countries, some African countries, they be even more strict than our laws. Global gentrification, neocolonialism, gear britter. What is that? I don't know what that word is, honey. Gear bitrage. What? Gear Gigabit Rage. Wow, London lady, I have been watching van life and RV videos. LJ and Or is my favorite one. Yeah, I watch them too. London lady, it's not a US versus African thing. It's a Western, the rich moving to rich, poor. She's right. Moving to much poor developing countries to take advantage of lower prices compared to their home. And she's absolutely right, because you're going there, like I said, to exploit. Because keep it real, keep it a buck. What did they say they went there for? It was cheaper than Senegal. What do Black Acres always tell us? It's cheap. Look how much you can get a house for over there. Look how little you can pay for a house for over there. So we're going there because, like she said, it's a much poorer country. Our money is worth more. So we want to go there to exploit. We want to be capitalists, because that's what we are, no matter whether you want to accept it or want it or not. Capitalism is who you are. It's who we are. We were trained from birth to be capitalist. Exploit every opportunity you can. And I don't mean exploit it in an evil way, but some people do it in an evil way. But the nature of exploit alone is to take advantage, to get something done for a cheaper price. That's what capitalist does. I'm going to get my product made to me at a cheaper price, and I'm going to sell it at a higher price. So I'm going to get some property at a cheaper price, and I'm going to buy it with my higher money. So she's absolutely right. And that's generating this bad energy vibe also. That's generating a really bad energy vibe also. Gambian Global TV says, I'm a born Gambian, but I never advise anyone to just relocate to Africa without going on feasibility studies. Right, for a few years. They don't know what no dang on feasibility study is. Come on, you've been on here before. You know they don't know what no dang on feasibility study is. For a few years, be aware of the corruption, waste management, and infrastructure. Yes. Because oh my God, the roads. I remember this last time I went, the roads had gotten much better. But I remember the time before, the year before that, I remember sitting there thinking, I just don't know how much longer I can take these bumpy roads, because the roads was just ridiculous. And it was like all these years, and I still got to go through these bumpy roads. I was like, my body can't take this no more. I can't take this no more. So they're right. And then what I really paid attention to last time was the handling of the food. You know, the food safety. Food safety ain't an issue to them. No, it is not. But it's a big deal to me. So you better believe this time I'm taking a whole bunch of pinto beans. I'm taking some black-eyed peas. I'm taking stuff to make cornbread. Okay, I know what to do. My grandma showed me how to survive. Okay, and I got to be there a month this time. I'm taking a whole suitcase full of food. Okay, and I'm not talking about box food. I'm talking about stuff like I just told y'all. So I got to survive over there, and I'm not eating that food like that. No, I'm not getting sick like I did last time. Ghana is like Disneyland. Yeah, it sure is. Gambia, no, they play for real over there. Yeah, Gambia, they ain't playing. They ain't playing over there because it's so small. You know what I mean? And you got to survive over there. They have to show off. Too well dressed. Oh, you think, yeah, they are. That's another thing. See, that's how people are going to look at it, as that they have to show out. I am 66. What does it say? I'm 66-year-old meant to what? M60. I don't know what that says. Okay. Too well, they have to show off. Well, that's how people was looking at it, like they were showing off. You're right. Too well dressed. That was another sign. They were too well dressed. Yes. No others around are carrying big shop. No, just yeah. See, that's yes, jam jars. I couldn't even read it. Somebody told me to stop doing that. But she's right. Nobody around had a big shopping bag and a big backpack full of things. So to everybody at that market, that means you have money. That means you're rich. To that little girl who she thinks is her friend, is her helper, that she's recommending to us and she knows nothing about her, that's how she's looking at her. Like, you're rich. You and your husband are rich. You all have money. Exactly. That was just crazy. Sorry, but she looks like rich auntie. Exactly. And that's what they're looking at her at. Like rich auntie. She's absolutely, and that's what made her a target. That's what happened to her. That's what made her a target. And I'm still wondering why they went after her and not Amadi. But they were trying to get rid of Amadi from the beginning. I'm going to play that video for you next. London Lady says them designer sunglasses, no. Because you can't. I would have never went to the market like that. I wouldn't have went. I just would. I don't like to go to the market, y'all, because no matter how I try to dress down, it's still, you know who I am. You know I'm not from there. You just know. They just instantly know, like, whoop, there we got one, you know. And it's just like a whole big game. But if I like, when I wanted to get some henna tattoo, I had to go, you know. And it's just, this is how full of game the Gambia is, okay? And I've just never, and like I told you, I've been to Nigeria so many times, right? And they just talk about Nigeria like dogs, right? So I go to Gambia because I love henna tattoo. I get henna tattoo. Do you know in Gambia at the market, Sarakunda market, do you know they do fake henna tattoo? Can you believe that? Before I got home, good, the henna tattoo was wearing off. I said, wow, they put on fake henna tattoo. This guy really did my tattoos with fake ink. He really did this. And I'm like, wow, that's when I was just laughing. I was just laughing because I'm like, this is just ridiculous that you can't even get henna tattoos. You can't even get that. You can't even trust that. So now next time, because I'm going to get some, I'll probably get it in Senegal. But I'm gonna go to the Muslims like I went to last time and have them do it. But I mean, just something as simple as that. You lie about something like that. Like my grandma said, if somebody lie about something small, if they lie about small things, they're certainly gonna lie about the big things. I wore local garb. Yes, I was talked to by my fake family. But you are right. They watch you like a hawk. Yes, I know. They don't even wear African gear. No, I know we are outsiders because we wear pretend Africa. I know because we wear pretend Africa. But this person is right. I told you they watch you. You better believe they're watching you. You don't think they are because you don't see them. But they see you. Even the guard who's supposed to be guarding you is watching you. Enclosed, nice, noticed in the video. Yes. One of my favorite markets is always crowded. It sure is. Oh, I don't like Sarakunda. I can't find no parking out there. We always find parking, but it's just, ugh. I'd rather go to Banjul any day, to that James Albert Market. any day than Serakunda. I do not like Serakunda Market. And Serakunda Market has the nerve to be more expensive than Bonjour. I'm like, oh, bye. But see, my husband told me, well, they go to Bonjour and buy the stuff, and then they bring the Serakunda and mark it up. So we only go to Serakunda at last minute, like if we, we need it right away. But no, they're doing that in the States as well, in our RV trailers, vans, and etc. We have parks, okay, and private. Too revealing too, yes, yes. You have no real friends, no, God. And that's the sad thing about it, y'all. We go there thinking we can trust people there, but you cannot. You cannot. You gotta. It's just hard. You have to really pray. You have to really pray that God leads you to the right people and that God protects you from evil. And pray God sends you the right people in your life, and tell God why you want to discover Africa. If your feelings are right and just, then you'll meet all the right people and it'll all fall into place. But if you out for the flim flam scam, oh man, they gonna eat you up. Like the dance team do this little dance where they call it eat. Yeah, they gonna do that. And they dancing while they eating. Yeah, they take turns feeding each other. That's exactly what they gonna do to you. Already, you're not sharing prices either. You're getting scammed or helping to scam. Yep. Her dress is too short. Whose dress was too short? Who had on a short dress? Her dress was long. Whose dress was too short? Debo. Yep. Mr. Dorcas. Mr. Dorcas, right. They're both are targets. The big yellow bag and the phone. Oh, right. And the phone he's filming her with. They can attract a snatch and grab. You don't do none of that. Now heavy pedal time. You're really trying to get me in trouble, aren't you? But he's right. He's right. Yeah. Yeah, and it's full of scam, flams everywhere. She was shopping without care or even aware, that people were observing her. Yeah. And if that girl was really her friends, the girl would have set my down. Don't spend a lot of money. Don't buy it all at one time. She would have said, tell me, she probably wants to pick out the fabric though, because she wants to, make her dresses and feel the fabric. But you do a game. This is what you do. The first time you go, I'm going to tell you how to do it. You go and you figure out what you want. Okay. And then you touch it, you feel it. And the person who's going to buy it for you, have them go the next day and buy it without you. Okay. You get the prices, not the price, because they're going to change the price when you went around. But you figure out how much you think they're going to charge for it, really charge for it. And then you give them the money to pay for that. But it's got to be somebody that love you who ain't going to use you and take advantage of you. Because if it's just your friend, like a friend like her, they probably going to use you. Yeah, her bag was even full of stuff. I Am Teaches Heavy Pedal Time says, not going to happen even as their permanent resident or a citizen. I was walking with yeah, I saw that. She's walking with no shoes on. And do you know they have snakes? And not only do they have snakes, I know that sand is hot. Senegal is expensive. The Gambia is cheaper, but Senegal is safer. I don't think of it like that, but you are absolutely right. Capitalistic mindset. It is. How could you not have that? How can we not have that when we were raised like that? It's like, how can you not have a North American accent when you were raised in North America? You were born and raised there. I feel like walking barefoot with the tub. What? Bree says, I feel like her walking barefoot with a tub on top of her head is making a mockery of their culture. I think she's trying to feel accepted. And like she's saying, I'm one of them. I belong. Senegal has a better healthcare system than the Gambia. Debo says, shoot, ain't nothing like this one. Product TV says, you are a target once you start speaking English too loud. Yep. Well, they can tell you an American. By the way, they can tell not an American. They can tell you you're a foreigner. Yes, but if you move to the Philippines, you can't vote either. You don't get any rights. It's not just African countries, right? So you can't just go to countries like that. True that, Kiki. Citizenship first before any investment. The market people are hardcore, perfectly happy with me as a customer, but energy switched when I tried to sell them from surplus. See? To sell farm surplus. Yep, see? I am teacher says, we are not African. We need to remain home and go on visitation trips. Yeah, that's what we said. We aren't African. Call a spade a spade. Yeah, we're not. That's what we're called, African American. Well, they used to call us that. We don't call ourselves that no more. We call ourselves Black Americans now. But Black Americans, yeah, they're Black and they're Americans, but they're the Black Americans. Ain't no way I passed by the garbage dump and wanted to vomit. What? 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 That's a horrible thing to say. Oh God, I'm bringing food to because I know you are. I know you are because it's ridiculous. I'm not going through that, y'all. I promise y'all, I'm bringing some Crisco. I promise you I am. I am not going through that. I'm bringing me some big bag of, what is that? Corn flour, self-rising corn flour, self-rising cornmeal. Honey, you watch me. I'm making biscuits. I'm making gravy. I'm having cornbread and pinto beans. I'm having cornbread and black-eyed peas. Not playing. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. Watch. You watch me. Then I'll get some fish. I'll have my husband go buy some fish because I don't trust that chicken. I'm not eating no more chicken in Africa, nowhere in Africa. So I'm going to have him get me some nothing but from the ocean. Get me some prawns, get me some kind of fish to go with my beans. Honey, yes. I'm not playing about that. I'm taking me some snacks. I'm taking me some little cookies. Yeah, I'm not playing about that. I wish I could take me some vegetables. I-31 and only 59. Oh, I said I-31. 131 people on the live and only 59 likes. Come on, y'all. Please get the likes up. But we got one share. Everyone, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share, and hype up the video. Come on, y'all. Let's share it. Let's hype it up. The helpers are like spies. They are. I'm telling y'all. The helpers are the ones that's going to set you up and do you in. Yeah, because they know. They're good, like Kenza. All them people she have around her, that's so dangerous. That is so dangerous because those are the ones watching you. Those are the ones like that little boy Ema go back to school. That lady rich, that lady got money, that lady got this, that lady got that. So you know what? They'll say, oh, we're going to go rob that lady because that's how it go down. That girl going to go, oh, they got all kind of money. They from America. They moving here. Oh, okay. Well, let's get the juju going. Let's get the root work going so we can see what we can do. Wait, what's happening to her? What's happening to who? Out here, all these millionaires drive beaten up old cars and wear raggedy clothes, the white people, just to avoid the drama. Wow. We look different than they do. Yeah, we do. They can tell the difference. They told me our features aren't as strong as theirs. That's what they told me. You could tell the difference because our features aren't as strong. It's annoying to have to dress down when you have worked hard to dress up. But even if you dress down, I dress like regular, but they could still tell. You know, I don't know what I don't know. Maybe I don't know. They could still tell. They're still called dress up because that dress I got on, I got to dress something like that. That's nothing. That's just a simple, to us, that's just a simple old dress. That is nothing. Just a simple dress with a head tie. But to them, oh, that's a sign. Oh, that person, and she got on earrings, she got bracelets on. That's just nothing to us, but to them, oh no. Yeah, Susan says it's our skin. That's what they told me too. I've been told that while visiting Nigeria seems to be well conditioned and not dry. And do you know that's what they told me in Cameroon? They said the biggest thing the way they can tell is that our black is not the same type of black. And I said, what you mean? And they said, because y'all skin has been tempered by the sun. Our skin doesn't get tempered by the sun. We just get burnt by the sun because, we just in the sun. So our skin just get black. Y'all are there with seasons, so you're not in the sun, the elements like that all the time. It's not blazing hot all the time. You have the winter, you have the fall, you have the spring, and then you have the summer where, the sun is blazing all the time. So your skin isn't exposed to the sun rays all the time. So your black gets tempered by the sun. And that's exactly what they told me. She says, yes, stand there. While that is considered a lower class, buys clothes there. Okay. Yeah, they totally spy on you. My husband prefers Bonjour Market as well. Yeah, because it's nice. Okay, so now we're going to look at this. Let me see where we are. So where are we now? So now I've showed you how I feel like she has set them up they've been set themselves up for this spiritual attack that Amadi is going to tell us about now. They didn't purposely do this to themselves. No, they did not. But the lifestyle they live are just what they're accustomed to. Like this woman probably shop all the time. Like she probably feel like it's nothing to go to the store. And like I said, these clothes she had on, I'm telling you, she didn't think this outfit was a big deal. So she's just doing what she normally does, but she doesn't realize when you move like you normally move in Africa, you make yourself a target. So let's go here. And let me get it right near where he starts talking about it. So this is them talking about they've been in Africa for a while now. Let's see. I'm not going to say Africa. They've been in Gambia for a while now. This was December 28th. Wow. So they just got there in December, right, y'all? Didn't she say December? Okay, let me see if y'all can see this. Didn't they say they had just got there in December? Because the car accident was in March. Then they had got there around December 3rd or something like that. And now this is December, 28th? Oh, he must have got sick soon as he got there. Okay. So they're talking about, hold on, y'all. Let me see this. Let me look at the date of this. So this is December 28th. Okay. And I think they just got there the beginning of December. All right, so let's check this out.
They were talking about going somewhere where it was a beach. I'm like, I'm not going.
Is there. It's providing some warmth, but it's not like burning up.
Yeah. And I'm just a tropical person. So, I just love the weather and the beaches, of course. The beaches are beautiful.
I've been to some places where the sun is like scorching, like making miserable, but it hasn't been that.
Yeah. And since we've been here, this is crazy because I absolutely love the beach. I'm one of those people who, when we were in America and we would go on vacation, if they were talking about going somewhere where it was a beach, I'm like, I'm not going. You know, I'm a beach person.
If there wasn't a beach.
If there wasn't a beach, I didn't want to go. I mean, I'm like, it's a waste of money. I need to be close to the beach. So since we've been here, we've only been to the beach how many times?
Well, that's partly because, you know, right after we arrived, excuse me, right after we arrived, something tried to attach itself to me. And man, I'm telling you, we've been fighting, going blow, toe to toe, blow for blow. Um, yeah, it tried to get me, tried to take me down, but we've been wrestling. And I think right now, I think I got him in the figure four. I might have hit him with the people's knee and, you know, the people's elbows and everything. Yeah. You know, like junkyard dog. I came up the top ropes, and I think at this point, I think I got the up hand on it. So yeah, because it got so rough a few days that, you know, I have 4 or 5 days that I really don't even remember. I was pretty ill. I was basically doing a bunch of sleeping. Hava was taking care of me the entire time. But yeah, I have some days that, you know, it's like when you're in the military, or some people not even in the military, but you're tired on a real good one. And, you know, the only thing you know is what people tell you happened. And that's basically what I know is what she tells me happened these days, because I really don't recall them at all.
Now that's
And
crazy.
shout out to Mama Nasiri.
Yes,
She's
Mama
local
Nasiri,
here.
yes.
And she got us some natural medicine,
Yes,
and
for sure.
that helped. But we've been married going on 33 years together, 35. I've never seen him that sick. So
Oh my God.
that says a lot. He was pretty sick.
Yes.
But so for that reason, we haven't been on the beach. I think one day we were going house hunting and we took a break and we went and sat on the beach for like maybe 20 minutes or something. Yeah, so we haven't been on the beach. So this week or next week, we're going to have a beach day. So I'm excited about that. So the beaches are absolutely they're clean compared to, I'm sorry, Senegal. Oh, guys, we're sorry. When we went to Senegal, Senegal is beautiful also.
But you know something I just noticed when I watched this video this time, that he's telling us something serious, that he feels like he had been spiritually attacked. And he actually said it was 4 or 5 days. He didn't know what was going on. And he doesn't remember. And look how she just breezed over that. You know, like she just breezed over it. She laughed about it and she just breezed over it like it really wasn't a big deal. That's serious. For this man to feel like he was spiritually attacked so bad that it took him down where he couldn't remember what was going on for 4 to 5 days, and she just breezes over it and just laughs about it and starts talking about something else and says that's the sickest she's ever seen him in the 30 years she's known him. I think they had started working on her also. At this point, I feel like once these people got there, I think these people started working on them right away. Right away. So let me get your comments, and then we're going to go to the next one. Nothing happened to them. We're just talking about them. I love everyone. Everyone's experience is different. Bad things happen everywhere. Yeah, we know that. Africa is not safer than America. That's a lie. You shouldn't come on here and tell lies, okay? Give us some facts that says that, please. We don't want your opinion, especially when people are passing away over there. Please don't come over here with that. I actually deleted that dress comment about what? I actually deleted that dress comment, but you still saw it. What are y'all talking about? Gotta go email you later. Okay. Oh my God, this is so true. I bought a broom to my English. I bought a broom in my English accent. And when my local friend bought it half, yeah, she paid half the price. Yeah, she sure did. Every country in Africa views America as rich. They sure do. I get it, but I will not be put a target on my back on purpose. But I don't think they did it on purpose. I just don't think she knew. Because he's not from there. She's not from there. How is she going to know? I took all those African courses at school. They never told me that. No. When I went to those cultural immersion classes, they told me don't take anything expensive, don't wear anything expensive. You'll make yourself a target. But I didn't really understand what they meant until I didn't really understand fully until I went to Gambia. That's when I understood fully about being a target, because in Nigeria, you can go to different places and those people have money. Like if you go to the closer you get to the island, people have money. Once you get past the core, the urban core, oh no, people have money. So people be dressed nice. So that's not true for, all places in Africa. So her ancestors are from the Gambia. I don't know. I don't know if she knows that. I blend in when visiting Africa. No one knows that I'm American unless I speak. Ooh, that's good, Susan. That's right, Kiki. Cook at home. Yeah, honey, I am. Stands there, Sarah. When I'm out with African friends, they say, for goodness sake, don't speak, don't open your mouth, or we will raise the price of everything. And that's true. And you shouldn't speak. You shouldn't say anything. Sorry, wasn't clear. MSJ says, I passed my Gambian waste management dump and it was horrid. Cows walking through, eating whatever. Oh no, God. Yes, it's so true. Oh Lord. Susan says, you just have to be smart. Yeah, even if it's just a good old pan of hot, buttery cornbread. Girl, I'm going to make some, do y'all know what hoe cakes are? I'm going to cook those all the time. I'm not eating that tapalapa bread. Is that what they call it? Tapalapa? I'm not eating that. I'm making me hoe cakes every morning. They're going to be so good. I can't wait. You have to clean your veggies really well with vinegar, and I'm sure. No, Tanya, I didn't know that. And that's how I got sick. Remember, I told you I made a salad, and I got the salad from this local lady, and it was tomatoes and salad, and I sat there and I just washed it the regular way. But I noticed that it was filthy. I noticed that I never had lettuce that was that dirty. And I had to keep washing it and keep washing it. And I even soaked it in the water. But no, I didn't know I should have put vinegar in it. It's the energy, because you are not African, just like the difference between Chinese and Japanese, both. Yes, exactly. You're exactly right. No matter how you dress, you can still tell, Debo says. You are not them. I am teachers. Jam says, yes. Stand there says, for me, I come back to escape racism. I didn't in a million years expect racism from my own people just because I'm different. Still being there, though. House sounds empty. Yes, I hear the echo. Oh, in their house? Oh, I think they just moved in. They moved into a big house, and they were filled. She showed a video of them moving into the house, and they were just moved. I don't even know if they got all the stuff in the house, because she took all those videos down now. All right, so let's read this post on their community channel. So after I saw that video, I said, let me go look. Let me go look and see if she posted anything on her community channel, because I'm like, what? They're talking about the spiritual attack. So I'm like, let me see what they're talking about and see if they talked about it. on their community board. Now, this channel had way more videos than this. This channel had way more information than this. It seems like she went through, I don't know if she did it or Amadi did it, but one of them went through here and took out a lot of stuff. All right, so she says here, this was, I don't even see the date on it. Wow, I don't even see the date on this. Oh, 10 months ago. It says, first of all, let me make sure y'all can see it. First of all, so this was 10 months ago. She's saying there was a spiritual attack, right? The one we just saw where Amadi was talking about the spiritual attack was 2020. So, yes, 2020. Now, there was another spiritual attack in the Gambia on her, okay? Now, we ain't got to that part yet. So hold on, let's finish reading this. First of all, she says, my deepest apologies. Let me make sure y'all can see it. My deepest apologies for going MIA. Amadi and I experienced a spiritual attack, and I had to pull away to take our healing. And we are fine and victorious. Until we are restored, we will, what's that? Yeah, I can't say that word, not something with their channel. Recircuit our channel. I don't know. I can't do it right now. Well, they're going to do something. They're going to change the channel. Basically, that's what she's saying. Reassuring, I don't know, our channel, but the content will be different as we will not be sharing our healing location. We will continue to support the school. However, we won't be accepting funds until we have an attorney whom we trust to facilitate the funding and the disbursements. Therefore, that's on hold as well. Upcoming videos will be things that Awa would like to share about her healing journey. There will be no more videos. I'm sorry, there will be one more video that I would like to post that occurred before we took the sabbatical on healing. So basically, she's just saying they were under some spiritual attack 10 months ago, and she's going to do resurrect her channel. Oh, that's what it is. Resurrect her channel. Okay, she's going to resurrect her channel, and she's going to change it. Because I didn't think it was called the remix. I didn't think it was called that. So she changed it. Okay, and she took a lot of these videos out that had to do with like the house video isn't on there. It wasn't on there when she moved to the apartment. Like they had found a nice house, and they had to move out of the house because there was, I don't know, I guess it was no money for the house. So they would spend a lot of money, and some of the things, like I said, this would make them a target. And then they started something else that made them a huge target, was this Mama Land property stuff. When they opened Mama Land property, that was like Tupac Shakur when he made that song, All Eyes on Me. It was all eyes on them. All of a sudden, they come out and they have joined, because everybody's trying to get this repat money now. You know, everybody's trying to get the repat dollars. So they joined, they did something a little different than all the other repats. They joined with a Gambian to do their business, right? So they start this business called Mama Land Properties. Now, let me tell you, this is when all the rumors really began circulating. That's when all these allegations began flying. It wasn't like right away, like when it was going on in 2020 that I found out about it. No, I didn't find out about this stuff until much later, 2 years later, that I found out about, let me see when this actually, so this was 2021. So this is, Mama Land Property was a business that they started with an African dude named Cherno and some other Americans and some other UK people. But strange things began to occur. The first thing that I thought was really strange that occurred with Mama Land Properties was that one of the founding members passed away suddenly and unsuspectedly and suspiciously in the Gambia. Kind of the same way the ladies passed away. He didn't feel good. He was sitting, he was eating something. And they said it looked like he went to lay down, like maybe he didn't feel well. And he went to lay down and he didn't wake up. But before that, they said he was fine. There was no complaints. There was no nothing. And this was a young man. Let me show you this man I'm talking about. I forgot his name. But hold on. We can go to the video and I can show you who I'm talking about. This man was the first, and nobody, oh, and look at that. I went straight to him. This man right here. And no one has said anything about it. No videos have been made about it. No, nothing. And he had a wife. And I said, well, what about the wife? Didn't she demand that some investigation be made? They said, no, the wife hooked up with some singer there. The wife just went on and just hooked up with some singer. But this man was found in the Gambia, unresponsive, suspiciously and unexpectedly. All right. So let's see. Let me let y'all hear him talk.
And it's not diaspora. I'm shot.
Oh, hold on. Let me show you this. Okay. This is what we're watching. This is Mama Land Properties. They're opening. They're having a grand opening. They're having a really big party, which again makes you a what? A target. Because it's saying this couple has lots of money. They're starting this business. They're selling land. They're helping and they're working only with diaspora people. Yeah, this is a good company.
As always, I want to give all honor, power, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for all the blessings that He's placing upon each and every one of these families that are diaspora. I'm Shazael R.A. I'm the developer of content and design and construction here at Mama Land Properties.
I think his name was, what did you say his name was? Shazael.
When it comes down to, I want to give all honor, power, and glory to the Most High Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for all the blessings that He's placing upon each and every one of these families that are diaspora. I'm Shazael R.A. I'm the developer of content and design and construction here at Mama Land Properties. My job is to see things through A to Z when it comes down to production. Now, one of the things I like to say is some of the things that we share is the issues have come in waves for people that have come here from America, from UK. We've all shared, and Gambians that are local. We've all shared in a lot of the here, and the Most High has put us together to help solve a lot of those issues. And it's not right that our people come out of this bondage from the West, come here to the continent and get oppressed by our own people. And we're not here for that. I want to make that very clear. We're not here for none of that. So when you see us, just know this is part of what we represent when it comes to our people. It's about our people first coming together on one accord as much as we can, as much as it's possible. Okay.
So this is the man who was found unresponsive, and it was nothing. No repat outrage, no autopsy, no tox screen, no nothing. And you can tell this is a young man. This isn't an old man. This is a young man who was found unalived. Well, passed away. We don't know what happened to him. Okay. So that was the first thing I thought was really suspicious. Because I was like, wow, Awa and Amadi didn't even talk about it. I thought they would have at least done something, said something about it. Nothing. Then the second crazy, wild thing I heard about Mama Land Properties was that Awa and allegedly the guy, let me show you who I'm talking about now, and this is all alleged. This is all alleged because I don't know if it's true, but I can tell you this is what was told to me, is that Awa was having an affair with this dude.
I wanted to see if I could get a little footage with him. That would have been so nice. That would have been nice. Yes. Okay, this is Cherno 2.0.
Cherno, that's his name. Cherno is the one allegedly, I don't know for 100%. She didn't say it, but I was told by other people, not just one person. I was told by people that she supposedly was having this affair with this dude, Cherno. All right. And that the Cherno dude, she said he put a spell on her. And, that's how they were. That's why, she was responding to him. Now, I don't know if this is 100% factual and actual, but I'm just telling you what the word on those Gambian streets were, is that they were having this affair, and that she was saying that the affair was because he had did some spell work on her, some root work, and she fell for this spell. So let me let y'all see who this person is.
Yeah.
We're so happy for today.
Yes.
We've been working for this for so long.
Yeah.
And here we are today, celebrating it.
Yes.
Celebrating the opening.
Yeah.
And, we can guarantee one thing. We have experienced people among us who have been engaged in different disciplines that on which we operate our office. We have people experienced in finance, in administration, construction, real estate. It's a complete set of team that can push this thing forward the way everyone wants it to look like.
Yeah.
We knew what's happening. We had the news, we had the complaints, we had everything.
Yeah.
We've been here. We know what's happening behind the scenes.
Exactly.
We're here to change that.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
and
right.
they don't have to worry about anything.
That's right.
You know what I do.
I do.
And some of them already know what I do.
Yeah.
So
He's
what does he do?
gonna make certain we get clean land.
Yeah. Everything.
Yeah.
Papers done.
Yeah.
All
That's
taxes
right.
paid.
That's right.
I deal with the quality control
Okay.
for the building and for the papers.
For that too. Okay.
Yeah,
so he must help people do land or something. Maybe he helped them get their land and their papers, and now they want to do a business with him. But the word on the street, again, this is the person who she was supposedly involved with, and that, she claims that the reason that this even happened was because he put some type of spell on her, and he comes from a long line of people who do this type of things to people, who do root work on people. So that's why she got involved with this man. Let me see where I am in my notes. The rumors began again. I said these are all alleged. It is not I can't present you with a receipt. That's why I'm telling you. I don't know if it's true. This is just what I heard. That Awa and Cherno supposedly had some type of affair. And she said it was because he put roots on her. Again, that Chavez, whatever the dude name was, he passed away unexpectedly. No, nothing was said about that. Nothing was brought to nobody's attention. And then I want y'all to look at this. So while they got involved with this motherland property, I noticed something about how they look. Their looks started to change. I want you to look at them. This video is when they first got here. Their appearance started to change. They started looking bad. So this is them in, hold on. But see, those videos, all those videos are mainly gone, you know? So hold on, let me stop this one and show you this. I want you to just look how different they look. And the ones with the house and all those are gone. Okay. So look how this is them 1 year after they arrived in Gambia. Okay.
Oh.
This is how they looked 1 year after they arrived in the Gambia. They still look the same. You know, Awa still look the same. Amadi still look the same. You know, they don't look sick. They look healthy. You know, they look okay. So they've been there a year and they look okay, right? So let's look at this one. So this one, let's look at the date. Let's check the date out on here. So this was, oh, this is 2021. So they've been there almost a year, right? This was November 2021. So let's check out the other one. Now this one, she says they've been there a year to the date. Hold on, I'm closing some of these windows. Okay, this one she says they've been there. Let me see what this one. Okay, this one they've been there a year to the date. We've seen that one. Now I want to show you this other one. Okay, hang on one second. Let me go get that one. Because that was one thing I noticed. Is that how they were looking aged? And I'm like, no, that something is wrong. They shouldn't be looking like this. Hold on. Let me pull this up here and show y'all this. And that's when I was starting to believe what people were saying about the, you know, the juju stuff. Now look at them on here. This was, the other one was November 28th. And this one is January the 4th, 2022. To me, they look like they're aging on here, especially Amadi. Amadi doesn't look, he looks like he's aging on here. And Awa looks like she's aging also. That was the thing I noticed about that. I instantly picked that up. I was like, oh, they look like they're aging, right? So then I saw another video that was 2 years after the arrival. And that's when I'm like, oh, they don't look good at all. So hold on, y'all. Let me show y'all this. And this is when I was like, something's wrong. And they're right. Something is not right with them. They're just changing, right? And then the other videos where I was going to show y'all where they've lost so much weight, they're not even there anymore. Okay, look at them now. This don't even look like Amadi. Amadi looks really old. I don't mean to say that. I'm sorry. He looks really like he's aged on here a lot. He's aged a lot. Awa looks like she's aged a lot. You know, and I don't understand how 2 years, what's the date on this, you know, could happen, could make make you look this aged. So that was the one thing that I really got my attention. So after that, I said, okay, this Mama Land stuff really did something to them. So that what they're saying about this being some type of spiritual attack, I believe it. I believe from the time they got there to the time they left, they was under some high, heavy spiritual attack. Only reason I don't think it took these two out of here, I think somebody was praying for them. I really do. I think somebody was praying for them, and I think somebody was covering them because the spiritual part was working on them. You could tell it was working on them because look how Amadi looks on here. Look how both of them look. You know, they don't even look like themselves. They look like two older people. There's no way they could have aged like that. So let me go back to my notes to see where I went. So the question becomes, where are they now? Well, let me show you where they are now. So Amadi and Awa are no longer actively building in the Gambia. They are no longer operating in the same public repatriation capacity. You know how they were doing I think she still says she had the brother's keeper, but I'm not sure. When so remember, they sold everything. They moved across the world. She opened up a nonprofit and then she returned. They both returned after all of that. Everything we just said, opening up that Mama Land property, you know how much money and time they invested in that. You know how much that must have to cost for them to open that up. And then just to walk away from there, to walk away from that, something seriously had to have happened. And all this time, I was wondering what happened to them because they had just like they didn't post videos anymore. You know, I know what the rumors were saying, and I knew she looked different. Like she didn't look like herself. Amadi didn't look like himself. They both looked like they were sick. They were even smaller than this. The last time I seen them when they were at that apartment, they were even smaller than this. So let me show you where they are now. One second. You're going to be surprised where they are now. And you're going to be surprised when you see Awa. I know I ain't saying this woman's name right, but like I heard this lady say, I'm from the South. I'm sorry, we mess everybody's name up. We mess names up. We mess my words up, okay? My grandmother was from Georgia, okay? My grandmother raised me because my mom worked all the time, okay? So, of course, I'm going to have her accent. She's the one who taught me how to speak English. So, when I mess words up, you got to help me. You got to forgive me. Because like she said, I'm from the South. You know, the person who taught me to speak English is from the South, okay? I have a Southern accent. I mess all words up, okay? I say them all wrong, okay? And we don't care. It's just how we speak. All right, so now I'm going to show you where they are now. Are y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Uh-oh, I'm getting sleepy. All right, we're almost done. All right. Let me get this up here so we can see it. Let me stop sharing this one. And I'm going to show y'all this one. When I saw this video made me feel bad. I felt bad for her because I realized that these people who have been to Gambia and who have come back, these people have truly been traumatized. Yep, these people have truly been traumatized. And that's bad. That is so bad. So let's go over here and see what she has to say. All right, here she is, y'all. Here's Awa. She's back. They're back in the United States. Let's see what she got to say.
Awa, it's been a while. I just felt a happy Sabbath. It's been a while. We are in receipt of many messages and love sent our way. And for that, we love you. Amadi and I have been on a long-term healing sabbatical. Much needed. We're both feeling better, coming back, I guess, to some measure of health. We did experience a spiritual attack while in Gambia. It was really interesting because we were on a path and we were making progress. We weren't looking back. And we had a family situation to happen. And our intent was just to come and take care of some things and to get back on the wall and work. And once we decided to come and take care of some things, I felt like maybe we had missed it. And I started to cancel our tickets and got a phone call from a young lady in Gambia. She was from the UK, and well, it was a message, and she sent the message and she said, Awa, you and your husband need to leave Gambia.
Wow.
She said that for a time, she said that we were definitely under a spiritual attack and that we needed to leave.
Yeah.
And at that time,
yeah, because they was trying to take these people out. These people have been under this attack. These people have been under this attack since they got there. Amadi just told us in 2020 this started. So just think what these people have been going through. This is 2026. When did she make this video? When did she make this video? 8 months ago. Let's see. Oh, it's not even giving me no date. It's just May. Okay, it's been almost a year. May 31st, she made this video, 2025. So they were under this pressure, this spiritual attack for nearly 5 years. Because it don't stop like that. It don't stop like that. These people wanted, they wanted them desperately. But they couldn't get them. Somebody was praying for these people. They were protected.
I realized that I had heard from the Spirit, or me and Amadi had heard from the Spirit, and it was time to take a break. Little did I know that there were things that were going on in our body where this spiritual attack actually started attacking our health in many, many ways.
Yeah.
And I'm so thankful and grateful that we were able to get out in time and get the care that we needed and that we still need. We are getting stronger. I do believe, and you all, I'm not going to be, this is my first time coming live in a long time. I really don't know how to use this phone. So if you're sending comments, I don't know how to answer. So it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I can't respond right now, but I'm enjoying my Sabbath, and I just had an unction to come and just tell some of the story of why we.
I want to read this comment real quick. it says, this person says, many in the diaspora find it hard to move forward because they are dealing with the spiritual intensity and the hidden motives of people who know exactly how to manipulate those unseen forces. And we don't know how to do that, but they do. And they're absolutely right. And when they see you coming and they see you broken and they see you're a victim, oh Lord, you better look out.
We went MIA. Like I said, some people came in a little late. You'll have to go back and look at the beginning. But we have not abandoned our beliefs in building. We're not against anyone at all. We feel like, we just need to repair some of the breaches and learn to build and grow together. However, we can't do it when we're not healthy. And
Yep.
So that's what we are doing right now. We are healing. We have been in touch with many people in regards to how they should move forward, because our healing is optimal and it's paramount for us. We are taking care of us, and then once we are where we need to be, then we'll be able to, get back on the wall. But one of the things that I have been contemplating is sharing some of the healing journey with my audience or with our audience. And there's something that I'm not sure. It just kind of depends on the energy that I'm getting, because it's important that we control our energy, especially when we're in a healing mode. So, guys, I hope that this message is received in love. And I hope that you're sending positive vibrations. Anyone sending negative vibrations, may it return back to you. Anyone.
Okay, this lady says, she says, that's not Cherno. Well, who is it? That's what she said his name was, Miss Fruit Loan, whatever your name is. That's a lie. There was no affair. How do you know? Alba is a respectable, loyal woman. Well, how do you know? Do you know that for a fact? You don't know. So you can't say these people are lying because you don't know what goes on in that woman's life.
Sending love and vibrations, may it return back to you. We do thank the ones who believed in us and still believe in us, that's praying for us. And know this, that whatever the vision is, just because the visionaries are healing doesn't mean that the vision cannot go forward. Okay? So, I think the reason why some things happen to good people is because many times.
Jam jars, I don't know. I was wondering why her skin looked like that too, why it looked dry like that. They looked bad. And they were so thin, and it was just, they looked really sick. I don't know. I don't know if it's makeup or what, or why her skin looks like that.
And they go all in and they're forsaking themselves, their health. That I had things going on and I knew something wasn't right in my body, but I just was so on the wall that I didn't stop and say, hey, I didn't give myself 100%. And I think sometimes that's what happens with people who have a vision, and you end up seeing them fall, or you end up seeing them, deleted. And a lot of times it's because, a combination of the spiritual attack that we experience, but also ignoring the voice within that's telling you something's not right.
Well, that's something that people they go there and believe that when you go to Africa, you are going to lose weight, but they think their illnesses are going to disappear. Well, most of those people who thought that, they passed away from that illness. That's like, to me, is a myth. I've been there, I don't know how many times, and it ain't made none of my illnesses pass away. Only thing I think it helps, it helps you, like, if I think it helps you with mental stuff, like just sitting in the sun, that stuff, it teaches you how to have peace, and watching the ocean teaches you meditation to calm down and relax. So I think it can help you with that type of stuff, but that other stuff, real stuff, nah, you better get that done here before you go there.
Right in your body. Something's not right. Something's not right, But I am so thankful. I'm so thankful for prayers, affirmations. I'm so thankful that the Most High woke us up in time so that we could get out. So many people lost their lives in this fight just to be free and to just, and I'm just so thankful that the Most High not only kept us, but showed us our spiritual attacker. And I believe it was more than one, but the major one, we know who that person was. And I'm so thankful that the Most High opened our eyes and showed us, and that we're able to stand. And like I said, we are healing. We are healing. We are healing. Thank goodness to the Most High, we are healing.
Yeah.
But just for the ones who are still with us, please continue to send us positive vibrations, and may it return to you. We do love you, and just the Most High be with us all. And I am seeing some comments, and it's making it is making me cry. I don't know how to respond.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry that I can't respond.
Yeah, look at this.
Someone from Norway.
Wait a minute. Did you just really give me $50? Oh my God! Thank you. Oh my God, that is so sweet of you. I'm gonna buy my class some snacks with that and tell them it's from you. They'll like that. Thank you. That's exactly what I'm going to do with that. Fill up on snacks for my class. Thank you so much. Oh my God, that is really sweet. Thank you.
It says,
wow, this is sad though.
We call him Yahweh Shai. Is the way, the truth.
Look at her eye, y'all.
Life, that's true.
Look at her. I'm mad about this. This is not how Awa looked when she went to Gambia. She didn't look like this. I showed y'all. We looked at her. We saw her face. We saw what they looked like when they went to Gambia. Amadi ain't even in the video. And her and Amadi are always together. Look how she looks. This is really sad that this situation broke her like this. But come on. You thought, they thought this nice looking couple who they thought were rich. Even the Repats, I'm sure, thought they were rich. You think people were not going to be envious and jealous? You think they were going to go there and have an easy way No way. No way. It could have even been the Americans using juju on them too. Who knows? But the jealousy was too high. The jealousy was too high. And again, I'm telling you, she comes off like that sometimes, a little arrogant, a little flashy, but I think that's just who she is. I really think that's her personality. And I think people who know her, and they just feel like, oh, that's just who she is. Because like I said, 2 times, 2 different ladies told me they were in a situation where they had no one, but they went to Awa. They were able to go to her and she helped them. And maybe that's what saved them. Maybe that's what kept them in God's good graces, because there's a reason these 2 made it out of there. And thank God that lady called and told them, don't come back. Thank God. Thank God she told them don't come back. And thank God I will listen, because she said I started to feel different. Something was telling me don't go back. What if they wouldn't have listened? What if she would have went back?
It's no
Look how
Grace
she
is
looked.
the name. You are loved. Thank you. And so are you. The righteous fall 7 times, but get back up.
Oh my God.
Yes. Thank you so much.
This is sad.
And Andrew Berry said, shalom. Okay. Thank you, guys. I just wanted to come on and just let you all know.
But let me tell y'all this. Whoever has done this to them, this is somebody who knows them. This person is very close to them. This person is close to them, has things that belong to them. You see what I mean? This person who done this to them moved freely around them, because this lady is away from there and she's still feeling the effects of that. She's still going through that. This is crazy. This is unbelievable.
Thank you for your affirmations.
Look at her.
And for the ones who are in the community that we tried to build, may the Most High be with you. May the Most High send until we are back on our feet and where we need to be. May the Most High send someone to lead and guide in all righteousness. Thank you all so much, and enjoy your Shabbat, your Sabbath. Thank you.
Wow. So that's the end. That's the end. That's how it ended. She's here. They're back here. This is really sad. And as you can see, she's still suffering from the effects of that juju that was put on her, because they're still probably doing it. This person who's doing this to her is probably still angry with her, and they're still probably doing it because they still probably have personal things that belong to her. Personal items that belong to her, because this woman is feeling it. So they have to have something personal that belongs to her. They're not her family members. It was somebody she trusted. They both trusted. But thank God, like I said, thank God these people, Amadi and Awa, has somebody praying for them. They have family members praying for them. They kept them protected, because thank God they made it back, because a lot of people didn't make it back to the United States. Now, I want to say this carefully. This is all just my opinion, okay, about what I think. I don't know. I'm just going by like what I think, what I see, and my reaction to that. It's my observation, okay? And it appears that whole experience then took a toll on her. She is broken. They look different when they first arrived in the Gambia. Look how Awa look. Do that look like the same lady to y'all? No. And Awa was built nice. She was a shapely lady. She looks really thin now. This is not the same. It's like Awa and Amadi went there one way, went to Gambia and gave Gambia their whatever they had, everything they had. And what did Gambia give them back? I don't even know. I don't even know. Some viewers said that it to me they look old, they look much older. And I'm not shaming them. Y'all know I'm not talking about them. I'm trying to make fun of them. But I'm just telling you what this spiritual stuff is real. This spiritual stuff is real. This spiritual stuff is no joke. And if you don't know about it, you better learn about it. And you can't just learn about it like that. You know, you can't just become a TikTok witch because that's going to mess you up. So you got to learn about it. You got to seek God's face. You know, you got to spend some time praying, spend some time talking to God. Like my grandma used to tell us when we was little, make Jesus your friend. You got to spend some time making God your friend. And then you'll learn about it. Then you'll understand how it works. And you'll realize it's the way you commune with God, that's the way they commune with the devil. You got to get that through your head. The way you have a relationship with God, that's the way they have a relationship with the devil. And this is real, people. This is not play. So the lesson here, I'm getting congested, is don't move to the Gambia. That's not the lesson. The lesson is, look. Well, yeah, the lesson is that don't move to the Gambia. No, that is the lesson. I take that back. You can't be strategic enough to beat witchcraft. You can't move slowly enough to beat witchcraft. You can't stopping oversharing is not going to beat witchcraft. Committing too fast is not going to beat witchcraft. Relocating on trauma alone is not going to beat witchcraft. Only thing that's going to beat witchcraft is the power of the Almighty God. And you got to stay prayed up every day. Cover yourself and protect yourself. All right, y'all. That's all I have for them tonight. I just pray these people find peace and get back to looking like their beautiful selves again. You know, they were some beautiful people. They were a beautiful couple. And it's just, I just hate to see that. I just hate to see her looking like that. I just hate to see. Last time we seen Amadi, we don't even know what Amadi looked like now. But last time we seen him, he wasn't looking too good. You know, nobody even knows what they look like now. We haven't seen them. We haven't seen them. But I know they went through it in the Gambia. And a lot of the stuff, she hasn't even told us. I know she hasn't told us because she's too embarrassed to tell us. Because this stuff was crazy. Now, so look, let me show y'all this couple before we get into it. I want y'all to see them. I want y'all to really see how beautiful this couple was until jealousy, envy, and greed did. Because that's what it was. They thought these people had money and they wanted it. They wanted to bust up their marriage. They wanted to bust up the marriage. They wanted to end all of that. They was doing it at any cost. Now this is her. She going to get. I want y'all to show. She went to go get these outfits, and it was another thing. She shouldn't have been doing this either. At the tailor, showing them all the clothes. She got all these clothes made, and she shouldn't have been doing none of that. She showed off. I don't know how many outfits, y'all. You know, just don't do that. Please don't do that. Let your husband and your wife, somebody go get it besides you. But this is what I want to show y'all. Oh, this ain't the one. I want to show y'all how they look. Yeah, here it is. They look so nice. They looked really nice together. Yep, this was them, y'all. Look how nice they look. A very beautiful couple. Very beautiful couple. But jealousy, jealousy and envy and greed. That's what happened to them. Jealousy, envy, and greed. That's what happened to them. All right, y'all. So let me get y'all comments and we getting off here. Oh God, it's past 3 hours. I hear you and I believe the power of prayer. Yep, the blood, but not blood rituals. Just okay. Thank you for putting that up there. These people were stressed the F out. Yep, thank God they removed themselves from that place. Thank you. Interesting that she used the word deleted. Yeah, because they were deleted. Honey, they were deleted. We just saw several people whose illness did not disappear go to the upper room. Yes, check Art Kathy's story. It depends on your diet. I'm late, but I'm here. Gonna have to watch. Well, thank you for coming. I'm gonna have to watch the replay. Nothing in Africa is for me. Ironic to go to Africa to get healing, only to return to the States to see healing, to see the healing. Make it make sense. It don't, honey. They know it don't. Thanks, Kiki. Oh, thank you. Thanks from Kiki. Oh, jam jars. Yes, thank you, Stan. Wasn't that sweet? This I told you, I'm gonna tell my class who the snacks came from. They're gonna say, tell them thank you. This is a spiritual cover yourself with God. This is spiritual. Yep, cover yourself with God's protection when traveling to Africa. Yes, you have to. You have to. To Kiki and team behind the scenes, thank you for all the hard work that's helped more than you know. Oh, stand there. Thank you. That was so sweet. It sounds like they were poisoned. Honey, probably. Who knows? But you should have seen how they were looking. You should have seen. It's just terrible. You seen how nice they were. You didn't see the Awa and Amadi looked at really bad. He looked aged for no reason. You know, it was bad. That's anywhere. Watch what you eat. Yeah. Not a blood ritual. Jesus shed his blood on the cross. Yeah, that's what they're calling the blood ritual. She was lighter also. Yeah. Did she have no, Simone. Simeon, I'm sorry, no. It looked like it. You see her face? Simeon, I don't know. Maybe she did. I don't know because you're right. I kept saying, what is wrong with her eye? Oh, yeah, I don't know. He said, did she have a stroke? Because remember her eye? And I kept saying, what is wrong with her eye? Oh, that's how we have been taught, and that's okay. However, that's exactly the same blood ritual they do on the continental sacrificing them chickens. The Bible story has origins on the continent. It sure does. She may have had a small stroke. Oh, y'all think that she has. That's what's wrong. You definitely have to have good prayer life in Gambia for your own protection because it's a lot of spiritual stuff that goes on. Wow. We love, with love from Kenya. Oh, thank you. Enjoy that. That's what I'm going to tell them. And I'm going to show, we read a story about Kenya, some kids in Kenya. Yep. So wait till they hear this is from someone in Kenya bought them snacks. They're going to love it. Thank you. Anywhere on the continent. Okay, let me see. Where are we now? I just lost my place. I got excited. Oh my goodness. The water isn't treated like ours. If you don't take extra steps, you will dry out. Oh, Kenza Skins looks the same way. It sure does. What is wrong? They really don't want to use they only want to give. Let them have that school. That would be the only and the last contribution for real. Yep, honey, let them have it. I don't blame them. This was just really sad. Y'all pray for Amadi and Awa, because I think what happened to them was nothing but jealousy. And they went after them people full force. Her kids was coming to see her. The family loved each other. She says, don't relocate to the continent is the lesson. Visit, enjoy, and return. Honey, that's what I do. That's the lesson. Yes, ma'am. It's Kiki. You are right. The spiritually is no joke. That's right. You have to make sure Jesus Christ is your choice, is your close friend. And because these people are wicked and don't play and they don't care. And this person is exactly right. But you know what? They know who belongs to God. They know that. And they don't mess with God's people because they fear God. They know who God's people are and they fear God. Don't move to the Gambia, period. You are crazy. Oh, God. I'm sorry, y'all. I know her. Good night. But they weren't in the streets. No, they weren't in the streets. Leave Africa to Africa. Yeah, we are Americans. We are not like them at all. Yes, do isn't my correction stress. Okay. All right. So next week we're gonna move into Phoenix. Phoenix ain't gonna take this long, honey, because we're gonna sum her up real quick. And then we're gonna move over to my favorite people in the whole wide world, Black Acres of the Gambia. Black Acres of the Gambia. Thank you, Miss Susan, thank you for a very informative show. I've stopped wearing fake African-like clothing. What? Folks need to stop relocating to the continent. Yeah, proudly American. They need to just go visit. We really need repatriation training. Yeah, we do. It appears we can't follow with, no, I just like things and it just who I am. No, you got to tone it down. You sure do. You got to tone it way down. Imagine someone coming to a shop near you and showing all that 100,000. Why? Right, that they just purchased. You're going to be like, what? Even with it, they see you coming and actively look for outsiders. Proudly African. Aw. True, but awareness is everything. Yep. Don't be taken for designer wear. Don't be taking your designer wear to developing country looking like a presidential visitor. Unless you're going to Nigeria. Now, if you're going to Nigeria, you're going to Victoria Island, you're going to need those clothes because they have money over there and they dress really, really nice. Drop the trauma and victim mindset before you leave. Great show, Kiki. Thank you. They need to watch themselves. They need cultural training. Yep. Maybe I'll make some videos about that and do some classes about that. Maybe I'll do a cultural awareness training class. Somebody told me I needed to do that a long time ago. So maybe I'll do that and see if people want to come. If I get an interest, then I'll teach a course. Yeah, I'll teach a course, a cultural immersion course, and we'll do it towards the country because you can't just do it towards like a region. Each country is different. So I'll see if there's an interest in that, if people really want to do that. If they want to do it, I'll do one. It'll help you a lot. For for a full speedy recovery. This is why the continent is in the state that it's in, because of the mindset there. Black acres of the Gambia are not genuine. No, they are not, honey. You just now knowing that. Good night. Good night. Blessings to everyone. Yes, agreed. Nigerian fashion. The ritual life in Nigeria is on fleek. Yeah, they just going too far with that. It's just crazy. Okay, y'all, on the island. Yep. All right, that's all we got for tonight. We will see y'all next week. Again, we're going to talk about Phoenix Reign and Black Acres of the Gambia. All right, I'll see y'all later. Take care and stand there. Thank you so very, very much. And the bees, thank you too. That's what I call my class, the bees. Thank you. All right, bye-bye. I'll see y'all later.